Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Happy New Year. Before beginning tonight's meeting, Mayor Baydoun would like time to address the council and the audience.
Hello.
There you go.
Wow, 2026, we're in a new world. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here today. To our new honorable council, congratulations, Margaret, congratulations. Before we started today's city council meeting, I just want to tell you guys a little bit about when I come to council meetings, I try to never wear black. But today, I wanted to wear black because we've had some unforeseen days in the city of Dearborn Heights from when I first took office. And it would be terrible for me to start our city council meeting today with this new body in 2026 without first starting off by taking a moment of silence for one of our very own, Vince Strapkowski, who recently passed away. And we've not had our first city council meeting since Vince has passed away. And today, Vince's wife is here with us. This is not planned. Wearing the black was planned. Bringing Vince's wife here and his family here was not planned. But we don't need to set up plans when it comes to Vince. And while Vince might not be here present with us, he's definitely looking down on Dearborn Heights. He's definitely loves this city. He loves this department. He's probably swearing at me right now, as he always does. I can only imagine all the facial expressions he's making today. Flicking me off, telling me not to rock. I haven't chewed gum in 2 years because Vince told me to stop. But I wouldn't, and I know this body here today would not want to start this meeting without at least doing a moment of silence for Vince Strapkowski and doing a little quick prayer. So I'm going to close the light and we're going to do, council, if that's okay, to do a complete 120 seconds, 2 minutes, if you can start the clock for Vince Strapkowski. 1 second.
Mr. Mayor, I think Vince asked for extra time.
You know, he was actually yelling when he was up there saying, "Get on, hurry up and move on with this damn meeting." You know, while we want to move on with our meetings, it's going to be very hard. I can tell you for Angela Venegas, it's going to be hard for the council. It's definitely going to be extremely hard for me to be sitting in this room and not hearing Vince's voice, but what I can tell you is Vince is forever in our hearts, and he won't be forgotten. And so on this city council meeting for the first meeting of 2026, we are going to, honor this meeting for Vince Strzepkowski. I've asked our new communications department to please call this the honoring of Vince Strzepkowski meeting. And so forever we can go back and find this, and so that we can know on this date that this meeting was unhonored of Vince Strzepkowski. So that means there better be a lot of fighting, yelling, and shouting. But with that, while we thought that coming into office with our new department and our new directors and our new police chief, we thought that, we were going to be starting off the new year with, just witnessing the loss of Vince and coming in here. But reality came in, and we had another passing in our community. It was somebody from our vulnerable community, a name of Yusuf Naim, a 30-year-old individual who went missing. Later, Dearborn Heights Police Department went out and started search around 2 p.m. on that Thursday around 2:30, after we started a complete search, thanks to our police chief and our fire chiefs who, brought in their team, but also our Department of Public Works, our ordinance department. Everybody came together, including the community. While we were able to bring closure to the family, we were unfortunate to be able to find Yusuf Naim alive, and he was brought in by our Dearborn Heights Fire Department. Dive squad was able to come in there, pull him in, and take him to the Wayne County examiners. But this was a very, very hard and very tough on our community. But I want to really thank our police chief and his team. I want to thank Wayne County sheriffs and their reserves. I would like to thank Homeland Security. I want to thank Dearborn Police, Dearborn Fire Department, our Dearborn Heights Fire Department. And I want to thank all of the staff, because I got to tell you, I'd be remiss to not mention that all of our new directors who joined on their third day on the job were out walking the streets of Dearborn Heights, walking the parks of Dearborn Heights, working side by side with our Dearborn Heights Police Department, our fire department. I'd be remiss to not say that Councilman Saab showed up at 2:30 in the morning and was searching with multiple of our new directors, opening up the church that he had access to. Councilman Ahmad was out on the forefront, knocking on doors, sharing pictures, talking to different business owners. Even Councilman Menalowski Maxwell reached out to me and did her part. Well, I know all of you guys were also doing your part in praying. I want you to know that this was a search by our entire community. And what it showed me was that in hard times, we don't have to bicker and fight, but we can come together for the greater good. And that's what this 2026 was able to show me. And so to my message to this new body, as your new mayor, starting my term with your new term, I ask that we remember Yusuf Naim in the ways that we all came together, and to put our differences aside. Not everything needs to be a bickering and an argument and a fighting. Vince would probably want that, but he's not here today. But I am going to remind you guys that they're in a very, very hard time witnessing the death of Yusuf Naim. Every single one of us, from every department, every director, anybody that was working at City Hall, clerical, water, fire, police, DPW, Parks and Recs, everybody, IT, Community and Economic Development, everybody showed up. And let me tell you, that's how it has to be for these next 4 years, ladies and gentlemen. And so when we start today, I hope that we can move the city in a direction where we're going to be working hand in hand, and we're going to be working the same way we worked for Yusuf Naim and every other resident. So let's make that same movement moving forward here in 2026. I wish you guys all the best, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. God bless you all. Have an amazing day.
Welcome to the first City Council meeting of 2026. Congratulations to Hassan Ahmad, Nancy Breyer, Tom Wenzel on their re-election, and Margaret King on her election. My name is Lynn Senya. I'm your city clerk, and I will be the temporary council chairman until a new chair is elected. I'd like to call the January 13th, 2026 meeting to order at 6:12. Madam Secretary Ramos, can you please take roll?
Hassan Ahmad.
Present.
Nancy Breyer. Here. Robert Constant.
Present.
Margaret King. Denise Melanowski Maxwell. Here. Hassan Saab. Tom Wenzel.
Here.
Madam Clerk, you have a quorum.
At this time, we will continue with the council reorganizations, and at this time, it will be the nominations for chair. Of this portion of the meeting is the reorganization of the Dearborn Heights City Council, in which the members nominate and elect a council chair. At this time, I will accept nominations for the position of council chair.
Madam Clerk?
I will accept all nominations in order in which they are received. I will then proceed with the vote.
Madam Clerk?
The first candidate to receive the majority vote of the members will become the council chair. Do I hear a motion to open the nominations for the position of council chair?
Motion open. Second.
Motion by Hassan Saab and seconded by Robert Constant. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. At this time, I will accept a nomination for.
Council Chair, or Madam Clerk,
Yes.
I nominate Councilman Hassan Ahmad for chair. Second.
We don't need a seconded by, but it's Hassan Ahmad. Do you accept that nomination?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do I hear a second nomination? I guess we will proceed with the vote. At this time, for this, and I'll do it so that the council chair will know what to do next time, okay? At this time, if those in favor of Hassan Ahmad,
Raise your right hand.
wait a minute, first of all, sorry, I'm going to do that. Do I hear any other nominations? I forgot that part. Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Hearing no further nominations, I will entertain a motion to close those nominations.
Motion to close the nominations.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Nancy
Second by
Breyer?
Councilwoman Breyer.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carried. Okay, I will state each nominee's name and, well, Hassan Ahmad, and request that you please extend your hand to signify your vote for that person. You can only vote one per position. The process will repeat until the nominees have received at least votes. Okay. Those voting for Hassan Ahmad, can you please put? Okay, you can't do that anymore.
I'm not doing that one.
Hassan Ahmad, you are their new council chair.
Thank you very
7-0.
much.
At this time, the new council chair is seated and takes the management of the meeting. So we'll give him a few minutes. Well, not a few minutes.
You get a name.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Dearborn Heights City Council meeting 2026. I do thank my colleagues for your trust and your vote. I'm looking forward for a successful 2026 by working together as one team with the administration. Madam Clerk, I guess we move now to take nomination for Council Pro Tem.
That's correct.
Do I hear a motion to open the nomination for the position of Chair Pro Tem?
Council Chair,
Councilwoman Breyer?
I'd like to nominate Hassan Saab.
I don't need a second, you said, right?
That's correct. He just has to accept the nomination.
Do you accept the nomination, Councilman Saab?
Yes.
Do I hear any more nominations? Any more nominations?
Did we vote, or did we motion to open the nominations?
Correct.
And we got a second?
Yes. Do I hear more nomination for Council Chair Pro Tem? Seeing none,
3 times.
so close nominations?
Any other nominations?
I
Any
did- I
other?
just said it 3 times.
Let me join the meeting, okay?
All right, so,
Now you have a motion
so
to
I,
close the nomination.
so I need a motion to close the nomination for Council Chair Pro Tem.
So moved.
So, a motion by Councilman Constant, do I have a second? Do I need
I'll
a-
second it.
Seconded by Councilwoman Breyer.
Second.
Do we take it for a roll call?
Well,
All in
yeah.
favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Okay, now I'll state the nominee's name, and I request that you please extend your hand to signify your vote for the said person. You can only vote once per position. The process will repeat until the nominee has received at least 4 votes, which I don't think we need that. So I have a motion for Councilman Saab to be the Council Chair Pro Tem. Whoever is in favor, please extend your hand. All good?
Yes, all good.
Congratulations, Councilman Saab.
Council Chair, before, okay. At this point, the chairman should allow individual council members, the chair and pro tem, you have your seats right now, to determine the seating arrangements. If you all want to stay where your seats are, you're fine. If you
Is everybody
want,
okay with their seating, or would like to
Yeah,
switch?
we're kind of used to it.
All good?
are you good?
You want to
We
switch?
just want to make sure you guys are happy.
Anything for you, Councilman?
Or that one over there? I'll take that one over there.
All good?
You can take it.
I was talking to you.
You can take it. Come on.
Did you want to take the picture now? Okay, okay. Okay, then you can proceed with the rest of the meeting,
So,
the Pledge of Allegiance.
so just go to the Pledge of Allegiance. Okay. Pledge of Allegiance. Councilman Wenzel, would you like to lead us? Thank you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Before agenda approval, I think the mayor wanted to say something more.
Yes,
Go ahead, Mayor.
I don't want to spend all this time speaking during these meetings. I know you guys cut me off quick, but as you know, 2026, it's been tough and we've had to make tough decisions. But making tough decisions is to move our city in the right direction. And today here, we have some new appointments and I wanted you guys to hear it from us here before the meeting began. And so I'm going to just call on all of our new appointments today. And I would love for you guys to recognize them, get to know them better, follow them on social media. Don't judge them on social media based on me, please. But I want to start off by our new water billing supervisor is a name that all of you should know in here because she hasn't left our city council meetings or she's recording something online. And it's somebody that's been a huge advocate for the city of Dearborn Heights. Our newest water supervisor is none other than Rachel Lapointe, if we can have her stand up. She has a wealth of knowledge and somebody that cares. And Rachel, we are so happy to have you and thank you so much for joining us here at the city of Dearborn Heights. One more round of applause for Rachel. Under the leadership right now of our current director of ordinance was making sure that, you know, when you have somebody that understands the perfections of understanding the ordinance, and it's a position that's very near and dear to my heart. I have our newest director, Yusuf Nasrallah, under Director Farhat, who staying with him, learning the ropes. Yusuf has a JD. So he's got his legal background, he's got leadership background, he's got a lot of skill sets that he's going to be able to bring back. I also found out he has like 20 years of Boy Scout. And so we're so excited to have him join. He's an animal lover. He lives here in the city of Dearborn Heights. His parents live here, his in-laws live here, his cats live here. Everybody lives here with him. And so we're so excited to have Yusuf join us. Yusuf, welcome to the team. Congratulations. The next up is our new emergency manager and community liaison. This is no familiar face. I'm just kidding. He's an extremely familiar face to the city of Dearborn Heights. His wife is the trustee school board president at Crestwood High School. He's been a philanthropist for a little over 20 years, worked for the Sheriff's Department for 29 years. This is Ahmad Al-Zayat, AKA known as Emo. If you need anything from him, if you feel like there's something going on, I cannot wait to give him Angela Venegas' phone number. But in the meantime, I want you to know that Emo has been such an asset here. And being in the mayor's office, and I'm sure Stephanie and now Sue can attest to this, it is a nonstop revolving door about questions and concerns. And it's like me just being a nosy person in the middle of a meeting, I step outside and say, well, how can I help you? Or how can I make it right? And so now that we can use our emergency manager, but also use them as a community liaison, it's somebody that really cares. Emo's going to do a great job in here. I just hope he doesn't leave because he's like, how do I go back to the Sheriff's Department after the first week? But really, Emo, we're so lucky to have you guys. Congratulations. Welcome. If you know one thing, when I first started the city in 2021, everything that I heard was Dearborn Heights is still stuck in the 60s. Dearborn Heights is still stuck in the 60s. Dearborn Heights is still stuck in the 60s. Well, Cooper came in and brought us from the 63 to like 71. And so and it's not his fault. It's just that he's trying, right? But it's a lot. And so to me, I know that you guys, and thank you to the council, helped us here bring in a communications department. And so it's, a communications director is somebody that has to be well-versed and well-rounded. And really what just happened the other day while we were all over the news, coaching our chief, coaching our fire chief, coaching me and making sure that we were controlling the narrative and so that people weren't making up their own story. We were telling Dearborn Heights' story. You couldn't do that unless you had somebody that was experienced. And so I stole one from our neighboring city, Dearborn. And so now here in the city of Dearborn Heights, when I envisioned being the mayor, because I did at one point, I always envisioned Mocas being alongside of me. And so if you could please stand up, Mocas, who doesn't want the recognition, but I said, he's a wealth of knowledge, somebody that cares, loves the city of Dearborn Heights, and he's 2 houses across the street from Dearborn Heights. He's on West Point on the Dearborn side. Had he crossed over right down the street? Yeah, never mind. Well, when you talk one day, you're going to have to give up your address, Mocas, but welcome to the city. God bless you. Another new amazing director that we had that's been a thorn in my back. I won't say but because that's for other people. But he's been a thorn in my back because he has always held me to the highest of standards. And he is somebody that is going to do amazing things in the city of Dearborn Heights and kind of tell me there's no way the city is operating like this and kind of finding many different things that are happening in the city, which I won't talk too much publicly because I have to talk to legal first. But the good news is, if you thought Rachel was very vocal on social media, wait till you guys meet Hussein Dabaja. He's here. He has about 15 years of government experience. He's worked for Wayne County for a little over 7 years. And he is a very successful business owner. I like to call him a conglomerate, somebody that could do almost everything. And so anything that you need from our community and economic development, but not just one part of the CDBG department, but also the economic development part. I think our city needs to understand that when we have economic developments and growth and continuing things, it needs to not just be the building department. It needs to be our economic development as well, and our economic director. And so we're lucky to have Hussein Dabaja. Welcome to the team. Let's give him a round of applause. He may tell you about a story about when I was younger and I used to love Stone Cold Steve Austin and I couldn't put up my middle finger, so I did this with my 2 fingers. And he still has the picture that he tries to show to people. I ask that you don't give it to Lori Moline or Angela Venegas. Please do not give it to them. God bless you and welcome to the team. Vince would have had it already. God rest his soul. Next is probably all of our favorites, new hire. It's a position that Dearborn Heights has really, really needed since 1963. But, luckily the new mayor, Mo Beydoun, was able to bring in this new department alongside our council. It is somebody that has brought in $500 million to a neighboring city. And we were so lucky to have Nicole Hefty here with us. She's going to be our new grant director. We are going to spend the day with her one day during a study session. She's going to be able to tell you all the great things that she's doing. When I tell you guys, when you think of government and you think of finding and capturing funds, her and I spoke today. She's already preparing to apply for over $103 million. That would be 3-year budgets of the city of Dearborn Heights. She said we're probably going to be good for anywhere between 60 to 70 million if we can get in these grants captured. Nothing is guaranteed, but even if we got $1. That's $1 more than we've ever gotten. And so Nicole, welcome to the city of Dearborn Heights. We're excited to have you. The next is somebody that's going to receive a lot of praises on social media because he's going to be, tackling down on our first 100 days of our reckless driving campaign. It's our new very own police chief. He's not related to anybody from Monster Inc., but is Michael Gazowski, who's been here for... Michael Gazowski, Chief Gazowski, has been with the city of Dearborn Heights for 23 years. He's a decorated leader. He has grown through the ranks as a police officer, patrolman, became a sergeant, then a lieutenant, a captain most recently. Today, he is what Dearborn Heights resembles and looks like, and how you should be able to continue to grow from your ranks. Chief, congratulations. We're happy. You got a lot to do in the city of Dearborn Heights. But I know you're up for the job. I know you're going to do great things, and we are all really leaning on you. It seems like the whole city is going to be leaning on you. So I hope you have, you got the structure to hold us up.
I'll let you know that I'm coming for Dave's title as your favorite chief. So.
Who knows? We might have to name the Justice Center after you, if you can do that. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, the rest of everybody else here is still here with us. We actually have one more individual that I have to announce, and it is Sue Kaminsky, who is also a household name, former special trustee. She's working with us part-time Tuesdays and Thursdays in the mayor's office. If you have any complaints for the mayor, please don't call me, call Sue. I don't know if I've done this already or not, if we made the introduction, but we also have our very own chief of staff, Sin Saad here, who's been with me for a little over 8 weeks. I don't know if I've given him the recognition, but let me tell you a little bit about what Hussein does. He has to listen to me complain. He has to answer the other part of the complaints that come in. He's also our prosecutor. He's also assisting our corp counsel. He's also our chief of staff. And I mean, I have been like beating him up, calling him in the middle of the night. Hey, what are we going to do about this? What are we going to do about that? And he's been doing a phenomenal job. And so I'm so lucky to have Hussein here working side by side. He's like really the man that can do everything. And so we're lucky to have him. He's actually been with the city for a little over 3 years. He left and we were able to bring him back. So he's a wealth of knowledge. Hussein, welcome. Thank you, Councilor.
You mentioned the comptroller, or?
Okay. Well, Mehdi's been with us. Mehdi went from the
He just
deputy
gave new
comptroller
ones.
to the new comptroller, which we're going to change the name to chief financial officer because comptroller just doesn't make sense to me. I'm sorry, Gary. So if we can recognize Mehdi because he's also wearing a three-piece suit today.
I just want to get it out of your system.
While he doesn't work with us and he's not on the books, but I've been begging him to like kind of come and join the city. I'd also be remiss if I didn't bring up today somebody by the name of Adam Abu Salah. This is a man that has been my backbone, been helping me, been supporting me, comes in all the time and says, what can I do to help out Dearborn Heights? Well, how can I make Dearborn Heights better? What can I do? I mean, he's been helping out Lynn, he's been helping the council chair, he's been helping me out, and he's been doing it all as a volunteer. This is somebody that cares for Dearborn Heights. So, Adam, thank you so much for all that you do, and you need to be recognized. So please stand up. I know you don't want it. And he's been helping out Emo a lot, like taking calls from residents and like trying to find solutions. We might be helping, our new water supervisor director there.
All set, Mayor?
Yeah.
You sure? Are you sure?
I'm done. I'm completely
I
done.
would like to welcome all the directors, wish you best of luck, looking forward to working along your side to move the city forward. Welcome to the Dearborn Heights family. Agenda approval,
Council Chair,
Councilman Saab.
move that Dearborn Heights City Council approve the amended agenda for the regular meeting of January 13, 2026, with the removal of 9C as submitted.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Councilman Saab, a second by Councilman Constant. I know, Madam Treasurer, she did email too, she needs to remove 9A. Would you like to amend your motion to remove 9A as well, Councilman Saab?
Yes, I amend my motion to remove 9A also.
Councilman Constant, would you like to second that?
Second, yes.
So I have a motion by Councilman Saab, seconded by Councilman Constant. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Moving on. Motion carries, Madam Clerk. 4, approval of the minutes.
Council Chair,
Councilman?
I move that the Dearborn Heights City Council approve the minutes for the regular meeting of December 9, 2025 as submitted.
Second.
A motion by Councilman Saab, seconded by Councilman Constant. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it, motion carries. 4B, minutes from the special meeting of December 12, 2025.
Council Chair.
Councilman Constant.
I move that the Dearborn Heights City Council approve the minutes of the special meeting of December 12th, 2025 as submitted.
Second.
A motion by Councilman Constant, seconded by Councilman Saab. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it, motion carries. Moving on to 5, public hearings and comments on agenda. I think on agenda items or anything else? Yeah, this is wrong here. Please state your name, street, and the city you live in, and you have 2 minutes.
Hello, you all know me as Vince's wife. I wanted to thank you all for
Your street,
your
your name.
Judy Drupkowski, Columbia, Dearborn Heights. I wanted to thank you all for your thoughtfulness, your generosity, and your support, and your donations at this time, during this very difficult time we've all experienced. And the donations would go to the funeral because Vince had no life insurance or anything because of his health, and they wouldn't give it to him. So anyone that donated, that's where it's going to. And as, like I say, he had no health insurance. No one would say, hey, I'll give it to him. His health just wouldn't play into it, so they, if you donated, it would go to that. And all the beautiful cards you gave, appreciate that very much. Whoever came to the funeral and the church, we thank you for that. And he meant the world to me, and I know he meant the world to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Again, my condolences to you and the family. I'm sorry I missed Vince's funeral. I was overseas, but my heart and prayers are always with you and the family.
Thank you.
May you rest in peace.
Please state your name, street, city you live in.
Angela Venegas, Dwight Street, Dearborn Heights, Michigan. I kind of want to piggyback on Judy. Vince was a dear friend of mine, and we sat together at every council meeting and poked fun at Mo and chewing gum and rocking back and forth. And it's a hard meeting for me. He was a blessing to the city. He was a wealth of knowledge. He grew up here. If you wanted to know something, you went to Vince, and if you didn't have the answer, he'd find it out for you. He was just an all-around terrific guy. And Judy, my thoughts and prayers are with you. And then I'm going to get on to some better things. The agenda, the backup, all of the things on the agenda that I think need looking into. We spent $33,000 on Amazon, and I know it dates back to October. There's November, December. But there's just a lot of things in question for me. I mean, what are we doing with 36 bottles of soft soap that are 7.5 ounces? The different desk calendars and wall calendars that were bought, jasmine rice. I mean, just so much stuff that's on the agenda that I just really think it needs to be looking into. The video games we're buying for the library, some of them are mature, the way they're rated. I just don't think as a taxpayer that we should be spending money on that kind of stuff, especially with the city in dire straits, and we're really not Blockbuster. We're not an entertainment thing. If this was educational things, I would think a lot differently. And I just think that the Amazon, and they're being purchased by numerous people in the departments, and there just seems like there's no oversight. I think there's something that should be done with directors, supervisors, and I just think we're overlooking a lot of things. We could be saving money, and Amazon isn't always the answer. There's a lot of places where we can find things cheaper, and I just feel that this maybe even could be tabled and looked at or have a study session for.
Thank you very much, Angela. Actually, you read my mind, but I have a lot of stuff to discuss. Probably I'll leave it till the claims. Any more comments? Please state your name, street, and the city you live in.
Sure will. Edward Fisher,
West Outer Drive, Dearborn Heights, Michigan. Beautiful, beautiful place to be. Hello, everybody.
Hello, sir.
Last time I was here, we cleaned up a little bit of the noise problems that we've been having of the fast cars and the loud, crazy drivers. This time I want to bring everybody's attention to this proprietor on the intersection of Warren Road and Beach Daily, across from the junior high school, and next to the little party store that opened up. There's I don't know what kind of a proprietor he is. He's in the business of doing window tinting, but he's got the whole alley and the adjoining parking lots and the streets covered with things that I've seen at the Taylor pick and pull parts. He's not doing window tinting on these vehicles, folks. What he's doing is it looks like a junkyard, and it's a whole heck of an eyesore. And it not only plugs up the whole alley that you can't even get through because they're parked willy-nilly in there, and it's terrible. It's terrible, and it looks like a junkyard, and needs to get cleaned up as soon as possible. Second problem that we have is in the Rouge River, across from the park on Edward Hines Drive. There's a big blockage of debris and logs and any kind of debris that's in there needs to be backhoed out, and it needs to be cleared out before we get a flood and a lot of rain in there and flood up the whole area. They did do it when they were completing the bridge work. They had Wayne County in there, and it was a big job, but they need to do it further down where the park is because it'll be a big blockage in there in case we get flooded. And those are the two things. I know you're going to refer him over to Wayne County, and I want you to bring that to their attention because it'll take quite a long time for them to get to their agenda and for them to get the machinery back in there to get it out.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, folks.
Both directors, ordinance and DPW, heard you loud and clear, and I'm pretty sure they're going to jump on it. And please update us on that, Director. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Council Chair,
Councilwoman.
he is correct. I thought the same thing, and I know Lynn did too, because we drive past it every day. It's getting worse every day.
I'm pretty sure ordinance is going to be all over it.
Yeah.
Sir, please state your name, street, city you live in. You have 2 minutes.
Kenneth Isaacson, Rouge River Drive, Dearborn Heights. Good evening, Mr. Mayor, members of council, and the Dearborn Heights community. I would like to thank Councilman Tom Wenzel for inviting me to share these formal honors with the mayor, member of council, and the Dearborn Heights community. On May 10th, I was formally recognized by Governor Gretchen Whitmer for being the first EMT in Michigan history to serve while in youth foster care. This was further recognized with national honors by Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib, Senator Alyssa Slotkin, and President Donald Trump. This is a personal story of courage, resilience, and service to others, and I would like to read one of those honors to the community now from the U.S. House of Representatives. Dear Kenneth, I would like to extend my heartfelt congratulations to you on making history as the first EMT in the state of Michigan to complete training and serve while in foster care. This incredible achievement is not only a personal milestone, but also a groundbreaking moment for our state and for our entire country. Your accomplishment represents perseverance, strength, and the unshakable commitment to serving others, even in the face of personal challenges. By breaking barriers in the EMS field, you have created a path for countless others in foster care who may now see a future for themselves in public safety and emergency medicine because of your example. The fact that you're already being recognized by EMS offices across the country speaks to the importance of what you have accomplished. You've made Michigan proud, and your courage and dedication to public safety stand as an inspiration to all of us. Please know I am honored to celebrate this historic moment with you. Leaders like you remind me every day why I fight in Congress for equity, opportunity, recognition of those who serve and uplift our communities. Congratulations again, Kenneth, on this well-deserved recognition. I look forward to seeing all that you will continue to accomplish in the years ahead. Sincerely, Rashida Tlaib, Member of Congress. I just have a little bit more. As a longtime resident of Dearborn Heights, whose parents and grandparents are also from Dearborn Heights, I'm requesting that Mayor Baidoon and City Council also formally recognize the significance that this brings to Dearborn Heights, the state of Michigan, and the United States. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and congratulations on your achievement. Wish you lots of luck. Any more in person? I see none. Madam Clerk, can we move to Zoom? I see none. Okay. Okay. Please state your name, street, city you live in. You have 2 minutes.
Hi, my name is Barbara, live on Detroit. I live in East Empire. Who are these jobs posted? What qualifications do these people have? You can't move into a supervisor, nothing against Rachel. However, you just cannot automatically supervisor. Well, they have to pass the civil service test and, need a little bit more, explain from the mayor. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Barb. I don't know, the voice was choppy, but if you were asking about the new directors, Mayor Baidoon had the whole transformation team that everybody, I think he had over 500 resumes apply to those positions. And it's not a civil service appointment, it's a mayor appointment. I hope that answers your question. Madam Clerk, can we move on?
She's not done.
I thought,
She's shaking
Barb,
her
you're
head.
done?
No.
Okay, well, go ahead. Usually I wait till the end.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Once again, I don't know if you guys can hear me because I'm having a real problem with my computer.
Okay.
So they have experience doing what they're doing?
Yes.
Please go ahead, finish your question.
Okay. I just want to know how these people were picked out of the city. Were they drawn out of a hat to get these jobs? I think this is ridiculous. I really do. That's all I want to say. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I would,
Would you
yes,
like to say something, Mayor? Go ahead.
I would like to respond to Barb Brenning on this one. No, these people were not picked out of a hat. We had a complete transformation team that was put together. This was all being pulled except for the water billing supervisor. That was my complete choice. The rest went completely through a transformation team. And if you want to know who was on the transformation team, it was County Commissioner David Knizik, former HR Director Elizabeth Sapota Perry, former Treasurer John Riley, Hassan Bazi, Marwan Salami, and Ro Murad and Tracy Baker. That's who helped us make these decisions. There was a little over 480 applications made, but thank you.
Thank you very much, Mayor. Madam Clerk, can we move on? Rose? Is that our Rose? Hi, Rose.
Got the hand up.
You need to unmute your phone, Rose. Okay, going once. All right. We love you, Rose. Sorry, but we have to move on.
Oh, we love you, Rose.
All right. No more, correct, Madam Clerk? I see none. Okay, moving on to 6, fund transfer and current claims.
Council Chair.
Councilman Saab.
I move that Dearborn Heights City Council approve the current claims in ACH wire transfers 6-1 through 6-85 as submitted.
Second.
A motion by Councilman Saab, seconded by Councilman Constant. Any discussion? I have some to say. I did go through the claim, Mr. Mayor, and I had the same concerns, especially about the Amazon. And I hope maybe you can consider some purchasing department. I'm not sure if it can be part of the controller department, because, I mean, there's so much stuff we can save on. I know it's for a couple months now, but 33,000 is kind of hefty. I had so many questions. I know some of my colleagues too, they had questions too. There's some kind of, I think, oil that go into the library and some different stuff. And I had some other, I'm going to let you maybe speak after, but I had some other concerns too with some of the invoices. Some of them, they're from September. I did reach out to Director Dancy, and he explained that for me, so I do thank you for that, Director. So I don't want to see invoices from 3 months ago or 4 months ago. I want to see, max probably like 30 days. I don't want to see invoices from September and August or October. Other stuff, I know we had an issue. Some of the backup didn't, did you get my email, Madam Clerk?
Yeah, I got that is uploaded. It was a,
Council Chair.
by the control.
the controller. So I'm sorry, I didn't include you in the email, but some of the backup, especially number 6, it was cut off. You can even see the invoice. And I did ask also Director Dancy that all the services, I need to see the day of service to be noted on the invoice. And do we have detailed invoice too? Some of the invoices were not detailed. So again, please make sure the invoices are detailed and make sure you sign it and print your name. Please, God,
Council
Mayor.
Chair.
Let the mayor say something.
So, thank you, and I want you to know the reason why you have a 3-month Amazon bill is because we took it off the last time when we said we want to see the receipts of everything, and that's why it was removed. So that's why you have something for almost 3 months. Make sure that Mahdi reached out to every director and said, send me everything that you purchased, send us the proof. Now, you have to keep in mind that when you're seeing a lot of these things coming from the library, when you may ask, why are we buying DVDs? You'll be surprised how many people are renting out DVDs from the city of Dearborn Heights. Number one. Number two, it's a service that we offer and that we publish and people actually rent out. I mean, yeah, we're not Blockbuster, but you'll be surprised how many seniors and residents actually borrow or rent out a DVD. Number three, a lot of the things that are being purchased from the library is coming from a library fund that's not at your general fund. It is a bond that has been set up from like 2015, and you have to spend that bond money. And guess what? He's budgeted for now till 2020, like 35, I believe. So from now till 2035. This is not money that's like, we're saying we don't have to spend it. And yeah, I know that some things are weird, like why are you buying rice? Why are you buying cookie makers? I ask these questions. But we also remember that like at a very, very like cheap expense, we are offering programs to our residents. So you might be like, well, why are we buying cookies? Well, because the library guy, because our library director had a arts and crafts day where they were able to come out and cook cookies at the library. I know it sounds crazy, but you know, it's a way that our library director is giving back to our community. Do we want to offer programs? I mean, when we offer programs, why are we doing cookies? Well, it's because we're offering programs. When we don't do it, it's like, why are you not? Now, I get it. Maybe we should have talked about it, because I also too said to Mahdi, like, why are we buying cookies on Amazon? Why are we buying boots on Amazon? You think I didn't ask these questions? I had the same question. Well, we're buying the boots on Amazon because it is in their uniform allowance. It was $250 on the website. Amazon had it for $175. That's what we did. We bought them off Amazon.
I mean, whatever it's cheaper, Mayor.
And so that's what
we have. Maybe we can have a department or even at least every director.
Remember, every director approved the purchase, so it's not like they bought it and then just like nobody knew why they bought it. So like I also believe, and then it's also been 3.5 months. And you gotta remember when it comes to like the water department, a lot of it is like we're buying things on Amazon for like water and we're buying them in bulk because they have to prepare for. And again, guys, I'm just learning this. But the men and women in the DPW department are having to purchase things where it's Prime, Amazon Prime sends it in one day.
Thank you, Mayor. But again, the invoices for September, I was not talking about Amazon. I was talking about different invoices, but I did take care of it with Director Dancy.
Yeah.
Director, go ahead.
I'd like to chime in on this a little bit. I too am fine with the purchaser. We've had a purchaser here before. I've worked with him. He was great when he was here. And always my objective has always been, honestly, to get the best value for the dollar. And Amazon sometimes is the way to do that. Amazon is sometimes not the way to do that.
Right.
And I can certainly look at, when you look at like 900 different invoices, you're looking at them going, wow, there's some weird stuff on here. Well, it's funny because in my end speech, I actually had some statistics for last fiscal year. We had 281 events, programs, and activity box distributions, and 10,213 attendance for that. And some of these things, like you brought up some, like rice, for instance. This is something, there's actually a program for kids, so kids can experience the tactile sensation of rice or oats and stuff like, and so you can see that and go, what, are they cooking rice? And yeah, so there's some odd things on there. And you asked about the soap. The soap is there as sort of a backup plan. Sometimes the soap dispensers go out in the bathroom. And believe me, when a soap dispenser goes out in the bathroom, people come to the desk and say, hey, where's the soap? We put it out there. So there are reasons this exists, but it all goes back to the people. And, you know, in terms of video games and DVDs, those are separated out. And there are adults that do play video games and read books and look at DVDs too. So, anyway, I understand, yeah, when you're looking at all that, you're going, yeah, there's a lot of stuff on there. And some of it's a little odd, but it does all go back to the people. We even have hygiene kits that we give out. for people who, need them. So anyway.
Thank you for the explanation,
Yeah,
Director.
okay.
I'm going to go, Councilman Saab, you had something first?
No,
No, you're all set?
I was going to explain exactly what he was saying.
Okay.
We've had
Councilwoman?
this discussion
I was
before.
questioning the hygiene kits. I mean, it comes with shampoo, soap, toothbrush, a razor, shaving cream, and there's over 200 of those that you purchase. How many people, and toothpaste too, Q-tips, toothbrush, razor, comb?
Yep. We
Why are we
have-
supplying people with these?
We have hundreds of people that come in and get them. It's for school kids that sometimes need them.
Because the schools
You'd be
would probably
surprised.
supply that, I would think, not the library.
I'm absolutely fine with somebody, health department or something doing it, but,
Yeah.
when people ask for this kind of thing, we try to help out and we try to give back as much as we possibly can. And
No, I get that, but
Yeah.
there's a certain point when you're spending almost $90 times 3 for these kits. Over 200, that's a lot of money when our budget is tight. I mean, people should be able to afford that themselves, and if they don't, there's other resources out there.
Okay.
It's just my opinion. I mean, there was one item that looked like it was a favor for a shower. Do you remember, like a bridal shower or wedding shower event? I think it was a white bell or something.
I'm not sure. It may have been something for a craft or something for a prize. We also sometimes give out prize baskets for various things and participation in large library events. So sometimes
Okay.
that's what
Because
that is.
I know there's certain things that MML doesn't allow us to purchase, and I just want to make sure we stay within the parameters that we're supposed to.
Sure. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to contact me. I'd clear up any mystery. I'm
All set,
certainly
Councilwoman?
happy to do so.
I'm fine, I'm done,
Councilwoman?
thank you.
Director, you're doing a great job at the library.
Oh, thank you.
I've been there
Yeah, you
multiple
are.
times. It's a zoo in
Thank you.
there. Honestly, you go above and beyond for the community.
Okay.
Like, again, I'll say it here and I'll say it there. I usually visit the libraries. It's an absolute zoo in there and what he deals with, and I appreciate everything you do.
Okay.
You're doing a phenomenal job.
Thank you very
sir.
much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Director.
Council Chair, if I can just add one more thing to the director.
Go ahead, Mayor.
And I'll be brief. You guys, the library's across the street from a school. And you can only imagine how many stories that our director and the staff there are having to hear day in and day out of those that didn't eat lunch, of those that don't have shampoo at home. Look, I'm in government, not to not help people. And so if he's using a library bond that is fully funded, right, to spend on helping out children, I'm all there for you, Director, and I will stand with you. And if somebody has an issue with it, just know that I got your back on it. You're more than welcome to do that on my end. And if we can potentially find grants or reach out to like organizations like the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, but I want you to continue to help out those families and those children because we are in business to help people. That's what we're here for.
Or
Thank you.
Yeah,
Foundation,
and
maybe.
we can look into grants and partnerships too. We've been
Thank
trying
you.
to, we're
Thank you,
thinking
Mayor.
of a partnership that we're going to try.
Councilwoman?
I just wanted to say, that's one thing that I remembered when I was going through these packets myself, is you are across the street from Taylor, and there is a school, the kids that walk across the street and go to there. And I know that my son did it. So I know that you guys have provided things and have done things for all the kids there. So I just wanted to thank you and give you a shout out as well. I appreciate everything. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you very much.
Councilwoman. Any more discussion from anyone on claims? Let's take this to a vote. Seeing none, let's take this to a vote. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it, motion carries. Moving on to 7, consideration of bids. 7A, Director Cooper, request for bids.
Council Chair.
Councilman?
I move that the Dearborn Heights City Council authorize the Comptroller's Office to advertise for bids for various PEC-funded projects as outlined in 7A.
Second.
A motion by Councilman Saab, seconded by Councilwoman Breyer. Any discussion?
Council Chair?
Mayor?
I want to ask a question, and I've had this conversation with Gary. I'm actually going to ask Councilman Saab if he can help out on this, and I've asked Director Cooper. And so if you noticed, before going out and actually getting a bid, we're coming here and we're requesting to go out for bid and making sure that we get your guys' approval. But sometimes, what is the difference? And I want to get the body's understanding. Can we get 3 quotes, or does it got to be 3 bids? What are you guys, I would like to get an understanding, because sometimes using individuals that are licensed and are here can potentially help us out on a project. For example, I know Councilman Saab's got a lot of these phone numbers and these contacts, right? They could potentially do the project at a cheaper price. Can we say we're gonna still go out for bid and also get quotes? Or how does that work? And I was kind of wanting to ask the body on what your guys' thoughts was on that.
Well, maybe I can relate that to Corp Council. Can we get just quotes or maybe just bids?
So my recommendation would be to go to bids on all things that you have to under the city charter. But that does not mean that you cannot contact prospective bidders and let them know that we're going through this bid process. We also do not have to do BidNet. We can also do the way we used to for many years so that more people can end up making bids that otherwise might be kept out of the process by virtue of any sort of need to sign up with regard to that service.
So we can
Isn't
get
it
like a closed.
public notice, like on a city board or newspaper?
Yes, like we
Social
used
media?
to, yes.
Okay.
But it needs to be an open process for everyone and, you know.
So I think, Mayor, let's keep it bids, if you don't.
What do you mean?
It seems like just bids instead of quotes.
You got to put it out for bid. It's public money.
Yeah, you can put it out for bid, but I'm saying you can get a bid as in also getting quotes also from
Right.
all the individuals.
Yeah, correct.
It doesn't have to just be bid now. Somebody can come in like our old process and.
Yes.
Right, but they need to all go through the same process in order for it to be
So
done.
even the quote would have to go through the comptroller's office.
Okay.
Right, and if it is an RFP, remember certain things like certain sorts of services do not necessarily have to go out for bid, but the council could also say, we want it to go out for bid.
Okay.
Right?
I mean, I totally understand some of the stuff, especially with IT. Only maybe sometimes one company provide the services, so, or maybe one or two. So in that case, I guess invoices should work. Otherwise, it needs to go out for bid. So again, for 7A, basically, Director Cooper is asking to go for bids for different projects in the city, from the council chamber to the conference room,
Libraries.
Justice Center, like everywhere. So keep up the good work, Director. Thank you for that, and I'm looking forward for those bids. Hopefully, they're nice bids. Councilman?
There's a pretty extensive laundry list of projects he's proposing. I know we have final say.
Your mic.
Yeah, I know we have final say in if we accept them or not, but, there's all kinds of things in there. Is there any tentative cost for all these? And it's coming out of the PEG funds, right, all this money?
Correct.
Okay.
Councilman, we're only going for bids now.
I know,
so
but
after
I'm
the
just
bids
curious.
come in-
He could yell it out if he wants, I'm just curious. I mean, there's probably, 12 items there?
I do have 12 items, but it is encompassing quite a bit here. With it, we have taken, since you, in the last budget cycle, if you remember, I asked for a good chunk of change to be released in the PEG fund so I could start this process here. We've actually taken the past 6 months, try to put some rough numbers together for that. Roughly right now, construction is hard to actually get quotes, but equipment-wise, I can say we're in in all honesty, between the $300,000 and $400,000 range right there, because this is, again, it is almost all of our buildings we're touching and putting equipment in to get the proper communicate with the public with all of this. And to allow us and to allow communications and our TV studio to be able to utilize and get more content out there for the residents.
Are all these you plan on doing right away, or just like a 3-year plan, or?
I'm going to be very, very aggressive, and I'm going to tell you that I'm going to try to get it done before the next election cycle.
Okay. Now, this is coming from the PEG funds.
Correct.
And so you're talking probably $1 million.
No.
With labor?
Construction is, that's why we got to go out for those bids.
Yeah.
That's what, honestly.
Okay. All right.
Equipment-wise, that I'll be putting in there, the audio video equipment, we are into the $300,000 to $400,000 range. But when I go out for quotes and I can go out, then I can get that competitive bid, see if, hopefully they come back cheaper because of that way.
Councilman, my plan is whenever those bids are in, probably we'll take it to a study
Yeah,
session.
sure.
And then we'll decide from there.
Yep, definitely.
Director, there's something you need to say?
I could just add that within the past week, we've been doing a lot of assessing and a lot of auditing of the equipment and the assets we have. And I invite you guys to tour the Berwyn Center to see some of the assets that we have that date back to the 70s and 80s. So this is very crucial and very important, bring us to 2026. And, using these PEC funds would definitely help with that.
Definitely. Any more discussion from council members? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it, motion carries. Moving on to, thank you, directors. Reports from the mayor, 8A, Board of Review reappointment.
Council Chair.
Councilman Saab.
Move that Dearborn Heights City Council reappoint Sada Hojej to the Board of Review, term to expire January 2028 as outlined in 8A.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Saab, seconded by Councilman Constant. Any discussion? Let me tell you, Sada Hojej, she's an amazing professional. She's been serving on this board for at least 4 years, and we're lucky to have her. She comes with a great deal of experience and knowledge, and we do thank her for her service. Any discussion? Nope. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it, motion carries. We don't have 9A. 9B, Assessor Comer, 2026 hardship exemption application.
Council Chair.
Councilman Saab.
I move that Dearborn Heights City Council approve the 2026 hardship exemption application and requirements as outlined in 9B.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Saab, seconded by Councilman Constant. Again, this is a motion to approve the hardship application, exemption application for 2026. Some people who go through some hardship, they can apply for some of their taxes to be taken out for this particular year. Do I have any discussion from any council members? I see none. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it, motion carries. Moving on to 9D, Corporation Council Miyake, communication from the Dearborn Heights Local Officers Compensation Commission.
Council Chair.
Councilman Saab.
I move that Dearborn Heights City Council. Let's try that again. I move that.
9D.
Yeah, I move that the Dearborn Heights City Council has added a 2 in there. That shouldn't be in there.
Right.
I move that Dearborn Heights City Council receive, note, and file of notice of determination, the increases of salaries of the city's elected officials as recommended by the Dearborn Heights Local Officers Compensation Commission as outlined in 9D per Corporation Council, Mayaki's communication dated January 7, 2026, as outlined in 9D.
Second.
A motion by Councilman Saab, seconded by Councilwoman Breyer. Any discussion? Again, the Compensation Commission meets every 2 years to review and determine if there's any raises for elected officials in the city. They use different cities to compare, plus keeping in mind inflation and stuff like this.
Council Chair.
Councilman?
Thank you. I didn't get any calls on this. I'm really surprised we didn't. I'm not comfortable with getting such a large raise myself. And all the other people got raises. I mean, they're welcome to them. And I found out there's nothing I can do about it. It's I don't know if it's in the chart or something, but I talked to various people. They said, no, you got to take it. You got to accept it, bottom line. But I wish we would have done this over a couple of years or something that much. I mean, city council went up, $3,000 or $4,000 a year for our council members. And the other, it's public now. You can look and see what they all are. But I just want to, make it official that I'm against such a large raise. And fortunately or unfortunately, I have to take it. But I just wanted to voice my opinion on that maybe it should have been done a little bit differently in segments instead of such a large amount. But the city has financial problems right now. We could have taken 25% this year and maybe made some kind of different deal, 25% next year or something like that. But don't get me wrong, I welcome the money, but I'm just uncomfortable with the city in the situation it is getting such large raises for across the board for all the elected officials.
Thank you very much, Councilman.
Sure.
Councilman Saab.
I just want to echo something to that. So although I agree with Councilman Winslow about the raise, also take it to note the neighboring cities, there's not a council, mayor, any elected official that gets paid anywhere near where the city gets paid. So the compensation fund that made this recommendation was based on neighboring cities and comps from related cities. And I called every single one of them and actually spoke to them. They were on the board. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Any more discussion? Go, Council.
Yes, I don't know if the chair, I believe, is here of the Local Officers Compensation Commission. And she would be able to explain some of the thought process if the council would like to know that.
Please go ahead.
Good evening, everybody. I know the numbers are probably, a little staggering when you look at them, but let me just pull up my notes here. Sorry, my mom's trying to call me while I'm trying to talk. So bear with me for just a moment here. I want to take a minute just to explain the rationale behind the raises, okay? Simply put, these adjustments were definitely strategic. We look at these numbers that we are given from the surrounding cities, and over time, when I look at the compensation for several of the positions for the city of Dearborn Heights, we're definitely behind in large quantities compared to all the other cities. And without addressing this gap, we're faced with increased turnover, prolonged vacancies in spots that we've been looking for people, higher overtime costs, and disruption to service delivery. So I think that, we need to bridge the gap. We need to close it. And we want to have good employees. And to do that, we have to offer them something. And some of that starts with a salary.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair.
Council Chair.
Councilman?
Well, I don't want to steal our Corporation Council's thunder, but the councilman is free to make a motion that we reject the report. There's a procedure, so he doesn't have to take it.
And if I may, Council Chair, a receive note and file has always been treated by this body as simply taking no action but acknowledging something is happening. So in essence, the raises will go through if this motion passes, but the councilman is correct that the body would have to adopt a motion rejecting the raises by a 2/3 vote. And as I've stated various times in the past, just always recognize you potentially cause unintended consequences. There was a point back many years ago where the council constantly rejected the raises, and then it created a really bizarre situation where the amount that had to end up being used to increase it and get it at a reasonable spot became staggering. And so that was in part what the Local Officers Compensation Commission was trying to do, get all of the amounts in line with other communities and then do 3% increases thereafter. And they believe that both the clerk's position and the treasurer's position were already comparable, but that the council chair, the council members, and the mayor's positions were lagging behind by a decent amount. So that was part of the reason.
Thank you very much, Corp Counsel. Are you all set, ma'am?
I'm all
Anything
set.
else? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So we do have a motion on the table by Councilman Saab, seconded by Councilwoman Breyer. And do I see any more discussion?
Council Chair, I mean, what is the procedure? I'd have to make a motion to refuse it, or?
A motion to reject.
Well, you have a motion. How would I do that, just right now?
Yeah, I'm just saying what the answer would be. There would have to be a motion to reject.
So we do have a motion right now on the table. Do we?
Then you either deal with that motion because you have to do that. It's not a priority motion.
Okay.
And you should probably have a vote on the motion that you have now. The councilman, if he wanted to, could thereafter bring a motion if it would be entertained by the body or supported by another member.
Okay. So we do have a motion by Councilman Saab, that's seconded by Councilwoman Breyer. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
Madam Clerk, please take roll call.
Denise Malinowski Maxwell,
Yes.
Hassan Saab,
Yes.
Hassan Ahmad,
Yes.
Nancy Breyer,
Yes.
Tom Wenzel,
No.
Robert Constant,
Yes.
and Margaret King.
Yes.
Motion carries 6-1.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Moving on to 9E.
Make a motion now? So move you wait.
No.
Well, you already passed it.
It's passed? I can't make a motion to, I was really unclear what the procedure was.
I think we have to suspend the rules and,
Well, it depends on whether or not you consider it germane to the main point. You could either say it's germane to the main point, allow him to make the motion, or you could say it's not germane based on the last motion and say that the
6-1.
rules would have to be suspended.
Council Chair?
Councilman?
I think it'd be a waste of our time voting on this to change it, so I'll just.
Okay, thank you, Councilman. Moving on to 9E, Controller by doing budget amendments.
Council Chair,
Councilman Saab.
I move that the Dearborn Heights City Council amend the budget by the amounts in the attachment as outlined in 9E.
Support.
Motion by Councilman Saab, seconded by Councilman Constant. Again, we have some bunch of budget amendments from the Control's Office. I do actually want to salute you, Mr. Baidoon, for an excellent job. So Mayor Baidoon did eliminate some of the positions, so $312,000 went back to the general funds. He went back and he had to use about $134,000 with the new positions, but that saved this fiscal year $177,000. So our general fund added $177,000. Mr. Bud, yeah, that is a great job, administration, great job, Mr. Controller. Is there anything else would you like to add? I know I see in here that it's going to affect next fiscal year by saving $99,000.
Yes, so part of this reason for the budget amendments is number one, the directors, but also Mayor Baidoon and I are working on cutting expenses and allowing the city to be more fiscally responsible. I'm only really up here in case you had any questions regarding each budget amendment. So going forward, I'm going to try my best to keep them separate and also give you a lot more information so you're able to see the budget changes.
Council Chair.
Mayor.
Sorry, and I know that we talked a little bit here about, some of the things that the city's facing. I want to be clear, when we're doing projects like with our IT director and our communications director, keep in mind that we are using PEG money that has been sitting in an account of $1.8 million, has been sitting there for, Councilwoman Malinowski Maxwell can probably tell you, I think you talked about it when you were the chair.
All the meetings we had on that.
Since 2017, 2018, right?
Yep.
We are saving money into the budget. We have a grant writer now that is finding ways to cut more things out of the budget. We are going to find solutions and we need to be creative. There's going to be something that we're going to talk about right now on with weight trim. And I'm going to explain to you another way that we are going to be saving money when we get there. When I asked Mehdi, our comptroller, like, how are we not doing this? And his response to me is, sometimes you're staring at a budget for so long, you're not seeing these other different changes that could potentially be made, or he's given the direction of doing things. And so we've been working hand in hand, and we've been working with our grants writer as well.
Just need another Baidoon to look at it, maybe that's.
Believe it or not, he drives me crazy, but he's been wearing three-piece suits, so I'm proud of him.
I used to wear all dark colors, and he hated it. So I did the exact opposite.
You're looking sharp, Director. Keep it up. I love the way you've been doing it.
I appreciate it.
Please keep saving us money. Keep up the good work.
No problem. Thank you.
Any discussion from council members? No. Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it, motion carries. Moving on to 9F, Director Dancy, purchase and payment to remove and repair DPW underground lift.
Council Chair.
Councilman Saab.
Move the Dearborn Heights City Council award the work for lift removal and sinkhole repair to Allied Inc. for the amount not to exceed the cost of $29,181.25. See original estimate plus 15 cents contingency due to unknown of this type of work. Payment to be made from the Water and Sewage General Fund number. discussed with the comptroller and administration as outlined in 9F. I need that account number, though.
Yeah,
Second.
here it comes.
Motion by Councilman Saab. I'm sorry, who's second?
Nope, hold on one second.
Constant.
What's the account number?
So the account number is going to be 592-536-818.000.
818.000.
With a current balance of $95,444.80.
So, Council Chair, to amend my motion will be account number 592-365-818-000.
536.
536.
Thank you, Councilman. Again, please, if you make sure all the
Yes.
accounts are listed and wherever it's on the account too as well, if you don't
I'll
mind.
discuss with the directors going forward about that.
Please, thank you very much. So I have a motion by Councilman Saab, seconded by Councilman Constant. Any discussion?
Council Chair,
Councilman?
I noticed that there wasn't, does this need to go out for bids?
Council Chair.
This one. Me.
I seen the thing he's talking about. It's pretty bad shape.
Yeah, this is the company that put that lift in. We had a few companies just walk away from the work. This is the only one that's been familiar with it, so we kind of use it as a sole source emergency funding. I mean, this is a safety concern. Somebody could probably fit down in the sinkhole. Plenty of us could.
Council Chair.
They were the ones that put the lift in, and like I said, we contacted a couple other companies. They came out, looked at it, and a handful of them just walked away from the job.
Thank you, Director.
Yeah.
Councilman Saab, you have something to say?
No, I was going to say it was just emergency work needed for the safety of the
Yeah, Council Chair, I want to be clear. This is an emergency. I didn't even need to bring it to council, but I said I want it to go in front of council. And so I told Director Dancy, let's put it before, I kid you guys not. This is a safety hazard. It's a hazard to society.
I know he
So
had
to try to
mentioned
get
it to
3
me
bids,
before, correct.
unfortunately, we weren't going to. This is something that should have been done yesterday.
Is this something that is under warranty or something, or? No, it's not, it wasn't caused by the installation of the new lift?
No, the lift that you guys approved last year's across the other side of the building, all of these lifts are from whenever this building was built. I mean, this stuff should have been done many, many years ago, but we're probably, after going through a fire station, still working through that, we're probably a ways away from a new DPW building. So these are just kind of the cost of operation. But this wasn't caused from the other lift that did get installed and is being used repeatedly for a lot of our salt trucks, our Vector, being able to lift those up. So,
Council Chair.
Thank you,
Mr.
Director.
Mayor, thank you for bringing us, letting us see this.
100%.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Councilman.
Any more discussion on this? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it, motion carries, Madam Clerk. Moving on to 9G, Director Dancy requests to approve sign and pay invoices.
Council Chair.
Councilman Saab.
Move the Dearborn Heights City Council approve the request to approve payment of all invoices for material hauling and cell deliveries as they're often over $1,500, not to exceed $10,000 as outlined in 9G.
Second.
A motion by Councilman Saab, seconded by Councilman Constant. Again, 9G, 9H, and 9I is from Director Dancy. Basically, he's asking for invoices to be authorization to sign invoices over $1,500 up to $10,000. I had my concerns with those motions. I had a long conversation with Director Dancy. Maybe I'll have him, go through it again. But basically, at the DPW, sometimes they have to buy stuff on an emergency basis, and most of the time, it's over $1,500. So, but again, if we approve this today, it's up to the council body. If we approve this today, it has to come back for us on claims, and we see it.
Yeah.
But for him to sign those invoices, he feels much comfortable if we give him the okay to sign something over $1,500. Director, please go ahead.
So if I may, just for a minute, I've obviously, like he stated, there's a lot of invoices from DPW, and I tried to break it down into a couple different categories, so it's not just a blanket purchasing this, purchasing that. These are the invoices that come from some of the companies that do a substantial amount of work with the city. And a lot of times behind the scenes, they get signed, they get passed, it's not an issue. But unless it's formalized, I would feel much more comfortable signing these if it was formalized in some of these key categories. We could even, I'll work with Marty, we could even list out which specific companies. A lot of times, right, we order salt. We're not ordering salt by $1,400. We're ordering salt by $8,000, $10,000, could be more. A lot of the hauling of materials, a lot of times will be well over some of these limits, right? We cut down 50 trees in a month. To haul all that wood out is not less than $1,500.
So I've been signing them since I got here because somebody's got to sign them and pay these contractors. But I wanted to separate them into just a couple different categories so it would make it a little bit easier as we go through and look at the different companies. Like I said, they all still come to the council body as claims, but it would just make me feel a lot more comfortable signing some of these ahead of time. You guys can always call and ask me about certain ones, but it would just, I think, help the process a little bit for some of these in specific departments.
Thank you, Director. Any discussion from council members? Yes,
Did you want to include that they will come back to claims?
we can.
Okay, only because
That's my
it's not in the motion.
That's what I'm.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is that what you were
so,
going to say, too?
Councilman Saab, would you please, amending your motion to say that they have to come back to claims? They have to show on claims? Does that sound right?
Yeah, amend my motion for the invoices to come back to claims.
Councilman Costa, are you okay? Second? Okay?
Over 1,500?
Yes, up to 10,000. Anything over 10,000 still has to come to us before. Thank you, Madam Clerk. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it, motion carries. Moving on to 9H, Director Dancy request to approve, sign, and pay invoices.
Council Chair.
Councilman Saab.
Move the Dearborn Heights City Council approve the request to sign and pay invoices for concrete repair due to water, highway, and building maintenance operations that total more than $1,500 as they often exceed this limit, not to exceed $10,000 is outlined 9H.
Second.
Anything over $10,000 to come back
To claims.
to claims.
I mean, both, still under 10,000 is coming back to claims, but he can sign on it.
Second.
A motion by Councilman Saab, seconded by Councilwoman King. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Seeing none, motion carries. 9I, Director Dancy request to approve, sign, and pay invoices for water and sewer materials.
Council Chair.
Councilman Saab.
Move the Dearborn Heights City Council approve the request to approve payment of all invoices for water and sewage material required to continue operations, as they're often over $1,500, not to exceed $10, is outlined in 9A, and to come back to claims.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Saab, seconded by Councilwoman Breyer. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it, motion carries. Moving on to 9J, Director Dancy, approve payment Wade Trim Professional for work on the Cherry Hill resurfacing project.
Council Chair.
Councilman Saab.
I move that the Dearborn Heights City Council approve the payment of $218,500 to Wade Trim to complete the proposed work for the Cherry Hill Road resurfacing project. In addition, authorize the mayor and the comptroller or clerk to sign the necessary warrants and the treasurer to issue payment from account number C comptroller, on which the current balance, C comptroller.
Yeah, let's see the comptroller.
Mahdi, what's the account
So
number?
GL number is going to be 202-202-880.300 with a current balance of $4,622,271.77.
Thank you. That will be on the record for account number 202-202-880.
Yep.
000.
300. 880.300.
Thank you, Mr. Baidoon. So a motion by Councilman Saab,
Council Chair.
seconded by, seconded by Councilwoman King. Discussion, Mayor?
Council Chair. This is something also that we are talking about. This is coming from a restricted fund, a well-funded, I think a little over $8 million in this major road, which has got additional $3 million from the state. 7 in total, someone to local road, someone to major road. I want you guys to keep in mind, we are paying for this. We are getting 40% of this money back from the city of Inkster. And then Wayne County is taking over Cherry Hill. Dearborn Heights is no longer going to maintain or own Cherry Hill. The money that we get for Act 51 money is not enough, but we have a grant to finish up Cherry Hill. I know a lot of us have been talking. I'm sure all of you guys have gotten same phone calls I've gotten about Cherry Hill. So all of Cherry Hill will be done. I was just at the Wayne County building with the county executive, and you know it was easy to say you're going to get Cherry Hill completely done through a grant that you guys gave to us, and you're going to have to pay us back the money that we put into this. So Wayne County is eventually working on something. Gary will get some stuff from their legal, and then their legal will come back. We'll sign something. It'll come before council to agree to do something called a transfer of jurisdiction. We are like right there with them. We're about to transfer this over. They own all of Cherry Hill except for Dearborn Heights. Again, I don't know what Gary and Palaco did in the past and why they were beefing. But the good news is we have a good relationship. They're going to take it back and give us back the money that we're actually approving tonight. This plus the match that we have to do for the grant will be given back to Dearborn Heights, not to exceed like $650,000. So even if we spent $700,000 and they gave us back $650,000, we'll sell Cherry Hill all day for $50,000. I would sign off on that, especially coming from major road funding. So I just wanted to bring that to your guys' attention. So when it does get brought before you guys, you know why we're handing it over.
So Mayor, are you saying we're getting 40% back from the 218,000?
Yes, that's from Inkster.
From Inkster.
And then all in all, we're going to get all the money, including Inkster. Inkster's going to get their 40% back from once all the legal stuff has been put into work. So Gary will have that and he'll send it over to you guys.
And any idea when the work's going to start?
I mean, obviously the weather has to break, but it's probably going to assume, I don't know, as Councilman Saab the stuff.
When the frost laws go in.
Thank you, Mayor. Any more discussion from council members? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it, motion carries. Moving on to 9K, Director Dancy, work change order L41 CSO sewer separation project contract modification.
Council Chair.
Councilwoman Breyer.
I'd like to make a motion that the Dearborn Heights City Council approve the 2025 L41 CSO sewer separation project contract modification as outlined in 9K.
Second. Motion by Councilwoman Breyer, seconded by Councilman Constant. Any discussion? Again, Mr. Mayor, I had some concern with this one too, and I had a long conversation with Mr. Got his last name Vaughn today, before he left. I mean, I'm really tired of all these order changes, especially here. I mean, I discussed it with him, and it says unforeseen conditions, unmarked or improperly marked utilities. Somebody has to be responsible. I mean, I would please request probably investigation just to see exactly who's responsible. I want to know exactly who's responsible.
Council Chair.
Go ahead, Mayor.
And the good news is, just like you, I once sat in that seat and I was very eager for questions and answers. So you can even ask Lynn, because I bring Lynn in all the meetings with me too. If you didn't think I was pointing fingers like I was when I was sitting in your chair saying, what the hell's going on over here? You best believe I was doing it. And so unfortunately, look, I'm not here to run anybody's name through the mud, but when you have one individual give an opinion, you have another individual giving an opinion, and you have another individual giving an opinion, and you have this person giving an opinion, and Vaughn is just like, okay, well, I know this is how it should be, but if you want me to do this, I will do it. And so we're not going to have those issues moving forward. And that's why you also have something in a meeting where I've asked for you to attend on the 28th. You'll be at that meeting. And so that we can have these deeper dives in discussion to say, how do we smoothen things out? And so we're not continuing to see some of these change orders. Unfortunately, I wasn't the mayor. I was still in your seat when these things happened. And so, we have to move forward. But I can tell you, moving forward projects, I had just called Councilman Saab. And somebody gave me a bill and I said, I don't know how to look at this. I'm not a contractor, but I'm going to call Councilman Wenzel. I'm going to call Councilman Saab. I'm going to call former Councilman Muscat. And say, you guys help me take a look at this. Because it's all hands on deck. You guys are going to have a better answer than, just me and, Director Dancy, who's also doing 100 other things. But sorry, Director Dancy.
You're right. I know it was, he told me somebody from Wade Trim supposed to be here. Anybody from Wade Trim?
I'll stay up here. If I could just get a couple minutes before Andy's up here. So a lot of these, Andy Casper's with Wade Trim. He's in the field a lot. He's in a lot of these meetings between the city and Wade Trim. Typically, even moving forward and here, a lot of these larger projects will have, what we're trying to do is consolidate it into one set of contract modifications towards the end of the project. This particular project was done prior to me, so we've been setting up contract modifications as we go through some of these in-field. You get into a field, right, things get discovered. It's way cheaper to fix them while all the equipment's there, while the contractor's working on a project. So that's what a lot of these come from. I will let at least Andy respond for Wade Trim as he's here, kind of standing in for Vaughn. Like I said, these two, for some of the public that hasn't met them, between Andy and Vaughn from Wade Trim, they're two of our main consulting engineers, project managers, liaisons between engineering services, surveying services, consulting services. So have it, Andy.
Yeah, thank you, John.
Yep.
So my concern was, because he says here unforeseen conditions, because unmarked or improperly marked utilities. So somebody had made a mistake, not marking or improperly marking utilities.
Yeah, so, Councilman, this is a complex topic, so it is very.
Somebody made a mistake somewhere.
Somebody did, that's right, and ultimately it goes back to record keeping, right? So the city maintains record drawings of the various utilities that are underground.
Okay.
And we take those drawings and we implement them into our plans. And then the contractor uses those plans to construct the project, right? Sometimes, whether it's the person in the field who records the utilities as they're constructed, or after the records are produced, the person who maintains them, sometimes that information is misplaced or it never existed to begin with. In this case, these record drawings are decades old. So we had taken these record drawings, constructed the plan set, and we found some utilities that were out there while we were building, and they weren't recorded on the plans. We had to pay the contractor to either repair them after they were damaged when they were encountered, because we didn't expect them there, and it's hard to protect when you're excavating with a large machine, or we had to pay the contractor to protect them as they were uncovered.
No, I totally understand, but just to move forward, I mean, you're the expert here. Is there any way to have maybe different layers of inspections or different layer to check on those plans? Or maybe get more of mistake, or I'm not sure how you guys do it, but instead of like just depending on the city plans that's outdated and it's not correct, what can we do to make sure that we don't fall in this mistake again?
Moving forward on construction projects, as we work underground, we develop record drawings and we maintain them. That's really all that you can do. There's no way we can go out and, let's say, X-ray the ground and locate these utilities in advance. It's just not practical.
So you're telling me only the city has the plans? What about the county? What about maybe we can compare, or?
Yeah, for the city utilities, the city maintains those records, and actually Wade Trim has those records on hand.
So it's your mistake then?
No, sir, not in this case.
1 second, Councilman. Okay. I'm sorry, you said?
In this case, it's not Wade Trim's responsibility. It's not our fault. This was not our mistake.
Okay.
Yeah.
Councilman?
Councilman, you're going something that is a very technical thing. You don't know what's underground. Over the years, people had farms, there's septic tanks underground, there's everything that you just don't know, even if they come out and scan the ground for utilities. Sometimes you might get something, sometimes you don't. But when they excavate and do such work, they're gonna run into things.
I'm just trying to see if there's any way.
It's impossible.
When
Even
they
with-
do that, maybe they can.
It's even with updated drawings and data. Sometimes the elevations are off, the depth is off. You know, you don't know what's underground. I mean, we mark things with flags, they mark everything, but nothing's usually accurate.
Thank you, Councilman. Any more discussion from council members?
Council Chair.
Mayor?
I was just having a discussion with Gary, and I want you to know, while we're auditing the city right now, the other day I was searching through one of the vehicles and I was talking to our police chief, and I said, pop the trunk. All of the blueprints for the golf course were inside of a trunk of a vehicle. I mean, we have nothing that's digitalized. We have nothing that's operable. I mean, it's crazy. And keep in mind that the city infrastructure has been since World War II. Like, I want you to think of World War II in your brain, and that's what we have underground. So we don't know. So when we're going through some things, like, it's hard to be able to just like point the finger and say like, well, what can we do? But I know Gary had a question that he wanted to bring up and maybe some concerns.
Just 2 points. Andy, is there any sort of a service that the city could end up contracting with to basically be able to identify these issues? Because it appears that this has happened on more than one occasion recently.
GSI.
Sir, I'm sure that someone offers those services. That is something I can look into and get back to you regarding. I don't know offhand of anyone who provides those services.
Okay. And then the other issue is, would it help the city, and I'm asking you to say this even though your firm does architectural services, would it help the city if it was very clear that instruments of service for architects that we have should be city property and not necessarily, as they usually are under a lot of these architecture agreements, end up being kept by the architects so that we don't necessarily have access to them? Maybe we could make sure that that's a standard part of our contracts to make sure that there's always a reservoir, for lack of a better term, of these different types of contracts that would be able to be looked at. Would that help in this process?
My understanding is historically, before consulting firms like Wade Trim were prominent, cities who had engineering departments did maintain their own records.
Okay, then my recommendation is if we're going to end up having these agreements, we need to try to make sure that we have some provision, because a lot of times, and Councilman Saab or Council Chair Pro Tem Saab, I'm sure, has seen the standard language in his line of work where a lot of times the architects keep these, and then it makes it more difficult to have access to them unless there's a real problem.
So, Council Chair, everything that we do is digitalized. I can pull it up on my phone. I can pull 1,000 pages of plans on my phone instantly. We don't have that in Dearborn Heights. But yes, the city should keep record of all their plans. Because just the other day on a project we're working here on a multi-million-dollar project in Dearborn Heights that I'm involved in, we got Mr. Dancy involved, and GSI had some mapping for us, and believe it or not, those maps were off too. So you gotta, as you go and do projects, you update your database, but you digitalize it.
So it's unavoidable to a certain extent, but we can
Yeah,
perhaps
because
take
we have
some,
nothing digitalized in the city. Everything is in back of trunks or in the basement,
right?
honestly.
So, Mr. Corp Counsel, going back to whatever you suggested, so there's some companies that can help us locate those stuff, you said, or was that your question?
Research it.
Research it?
Yeah.
Yeah, please, I would love to hear back about this research, if you can find somebody.
Yeah, it'd be my pleasure to look into that for you.
Thank you very much.
Council Chair?
Councilman, go ahead.
Thank you. Real quick, it's almost $200,000 in costs for this. It's like almost 5%. Is that going to affect the CSO project at all?
I'm sorry, I don't believe this change order is for $200,000.
Wasn't it in there? It's one for 172. It's an increase of 172,000. Another one for 21,000.
No.
No? Is that weight trim right there?
You might be looking at the wrong item, Councilman.
Change order, 22.
$21,262.
This is the second one. We
Oh,
already
the first
approved
one's, we're not doing the first one there? Oh,
it. We
good.
approved it before, Councilman.
Okay. So this was a change order that was approved before?
Correct.
Okay.
But now we're doing the change order number 2, the 21,000. But when I talked to
Why
Vaughn
is it on here?
today, he did mention like we always have 6% of change orders. We are still within the 6%, because I believe this project is $4 million. So we're still within
4
less
million?
than 6%.
Is this the only second change order?
Yes, sir.
Correct.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Any more discussion from council members? Seeing none, let's take this to a vote. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it, motion carries. Okay, I guess no petition from citizen, no ordinance and resolution, no communication, new businesses. 13A,
Council Chair,
Councilman Saab.
I move that Dearborn Heights City Council renew the business license for Boneyard at 7010 North Telegraph as outlined in 13A.
Second.
A motion by Councilman Saab, seconded by Councilwoman Breyer. Any discussion?
Council Chair?
Council?
I did have an opportunity to visit most of these, and I did check with the ordinance department, and they have no issues with 13A through 13E, so this will be the only time I'll speak on this. The ones I looked at, very, very well kept buildings on the surface, and there's no issues with the ordinance department in any of these requests.
Thank you, Councilman. Any more discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it, motion carries. 13B, business license renewal.
Council Chair.
Councilman Saab.
With the Dearborn Heights City Council, renew the business license for Doghouse Bar and Grill at 21350 Van Born Road as outlined in 13B.
Second.
A motion by Councilman Saab, seconded by Councilman Constant. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it, motion carries. 13C, business license renewal.
Council Chair,
Councilwoman.
I move that the Dearborn Heights City Council renew the business license for Sod Auto Parts Incorporated at 25620 Van Born as outlined in 13C.
Second.
A motion by Councilwoman Malinowski Maxwell, seconded by Councilman Constant. Any discussion?
Council Chair?
Councilman?
This one here is the one I didn't get a chance to visit, but we had several issues with this particular business, and when I asked the
Ordinance.
current ordinance director, and he said that currently they don't have any, but there were some issues that I wish we could look into them further, because there were some major issues as far as selling cars from there, using the lots across the street, the fencing. They had a fencing issue where it had to be like 6-foot high fence, and they took like a 5-foot fence and they raised it off the ground a foot, you know, and I didn't know if I don't know if this is something that, I wish the ordinance director he just walked out, I'm sorry to say that.
No, he's here.
Where's he at?
Yeah,
Okay, the current one, okay. I think we have, do we have two of them now, or, I don't know?
No, that's him.
Okay. I thought
Farhad is not anymore.
Okay, well, I talked to Hussein Farhad, that he's the one who looked into these issues for me. I'm sorry, I didn't get a hold of
Yeah,
you.
his term ended December 31st.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, I thought so anyway, I mean, is this something, when's this license expire for Sod Auto?
I think it's January 24th.
I mean, I have nothing against the guy, but his business. Oh, here it is. Oh, no, that's all right, yeah. I'm sorry, I was just referring to you, I talked to you referred to you as the director, ordinance director, I'm sorry, it was a mistake. Is there, I mean, I don't know, I'm just not comfortable in approving this one, because there's a lot of unanswered questions, and we've always had issues with them.
Council Chair.
Councilman?
Councilman Whistle said 2 minutes ago that he went through all these and he has no other.
That's not one I did, I said I went through most of them, but that one I didn't, I mean.
Council Chair.
Mayor?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just wondering if any of these issues are current issues. That seems to be a bit of a difficulty in this situation, just from the standpoint of, if there's an issue, is it a current pending issue for this particular business? And I thought that was what you were going to direct to the ordinance enforcement director. So otherwise, we start to have a problem if we're going to raise past issues with respect to these.
Corp Counsel, my suggestion is maybe we should vote on this and maybe direct the ordinance director to whatever concern Councilman Wenzel have, and he can check on it. And if there's something going on, then they can take action.
That would be preferable to, I mean, because part of the difficulty is if you're raising issues that are not currently pending issues, then the basis for potentially holding up a license is problematic.
Thank you, Corp Counsel.
Chair, that's what I was
Please,
thinking.
share your concerns, CC me on it, and we
Sod
can take it
Auto on
further.
Van Born Road, can you look into it? Thank you.
Just email them, please.
Yeah,
Email
well,
them and CC me on it so we can get a reply. Let's take this to a vote. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it, motion carries. 13, business license renewal.
Council Chair.
Councilman,
I move that the Dearborn Heights City Council renew the business license for West Financial Auto Group at 5952 North Telegraph as outlined in 13D.
Second.
a motion by Councilman Saab, seconded by Councilman Constant. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it, motion carries. 13E, business license renewal.
Council Chair,
Councilwoman?
I move that the Dearborn Heights City Council renew the business license for Randy's Robindale Bar located at 25122 Warren as outlined in 13E.
Second.
A motion by Councilwoman Malinowski Maxwell, seconded by Councilman Constant. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it, motion carries. Okay. Moving on to members of the public, comments from council members.
Council Chair?
Councilwoman?
I just learned that something that would help us, like the incident with the young man that was missing, Redford apparently has a mass text arrangement, what they can send out warning about all kinds.
We have that service being implemented.
Are we going to get it?
We're in implementation of it right now. It was just approved by you.
Thank you.
Any comments from council members?
Yes.
Councilman Saab.
First of all, I want to congratulate all the appointees. Congratulations. Welcome to the city. I know you guys are going to do great things, hopefully in the next 4 years. If you have any questions or comments, always feel free to reach out. Another thing I have is that, we have a lot of rain coming down these couple weeks. Guys, please clean this basins in front of your house. Every street that's flooding, for us to call DPW on it, it's just as easy as going outside and cleaning in front of your house, just to cover. Water will run through. It's called a basin. Please do that. As a couple weeks ago, former Councilman Muscat and I were out cleaning streets. Just, the leaf should not go in the street. Please pick up the leaves in front of your house. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Saab, for all the stuff that you do. I know he did clean mine too when I was overseas. So I
sent you the invoice.
I did. The first two calls was Director Dancy and Councilman Saab. Comments from council members.
Council Chair.
Councilman?
We have a new mayor, a new directors, a fairly new council. Much has been given to all of these people, much is expected. We have a budget deficit that we're going to have to face, our increasing traffic problems, a sinking fire station. But I think we're all going to work together. We have some brilliant minds, and we're going to do great things. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Since you mentioned the fire station, I do want to thank Councilman Saab again for his outstanding work, where he did not miss any meetings yet. We've been working with the architect on the new fire station. So I do thank you for that, Councilman Saab, for all the work that you put in.
Yeah, Council Chair, he's just making Phil Hall's hair fall out, but yeah, no big deal.
Okay.
You should send Phil that video I showed you yesterday.
And last week was National Law Enforcement Day, so I do want to thank our law enforcement here in the city and nationwide, all the men and women in blue. We do thank you for your service. I do also want to thank the chief and the administration on an amazing job, and all the directors, all the city employees, all the residents. Even though the outcome of last week's search wasn't what we were hoping for, but I do thank you for all your efforts. May again, Yusuf rest in peace. And please stay safe, everyone. I do want to thank my colleagues again for your vote and your trust. I'm looking forward to working with each and every one of you for a very successful 2026 to move our city forward. Any more comments from council members?
Council Chair?
Councilman?
Thank you. First of all, I want to thank everyone who showed concern about my wife's health. She had an issue 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I'm glad to say that we're very blessed that she's back to 100%. And thank you for all your well wishes and your concerns. Even today, I had some people ask me, thank you so much, and she's back. Thank goodness.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. Everybody's saying, oh, poor Debbie, poor Tom. I had 5 kids, But anyway.
You built tough, Councilman.
I know, I can handle it. I'm tough. I was at the Richard A. Young Center late last night and doing some stuff, and I ran into a gentleman there working on the whirlpool pump and stuff. Guy comes out, he's got like dirt all over his face and stuff. And it was Director Zaboznik.
Yeah.
He was working there late last night on his, kind of on his own time, but he was, late night, because the residents that use that facility, they're so concerned about it that he took matters into his own hands and made sure that things were done so they could use that. And he's on top of stuff. I really appreciate him on board, and we're glad to have you aboard there. I want to thank and welcome Margaret, Councilwoman King, to the City Council. Our new member sitting up here, welcome aboard. Did a good job. And glad to have you. And we've been kind of lucky with snow. Actually, we're like 10 inches over average of snow, believe it or not, this year. But we do still have the snow removal program, the free program for our veterans, seniors, and disabled people. And we still need volunteers because we're way behind from last year. And this past Christmas season, it was a really delightful change in the city and, all the buildings around there. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, for overseeing all that, having the decorations out and making it a festive time of year like it used to be in Dearborn Heights. We're back. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you. Any more comments from council members? Seeing none, moving on to announcement.
Council Chair?
Councilwoman?
All right. At this time, we do have our, let's see, the one that's still when it's supposed to be on the 28th is the Ecorse Creek, 6 o'clock p.m., 3335 South Beach Daily. So we may have some updates for you at that time. Now, at this point, normally it would be the fourth Thursday of the month for the South Dearborn Heights Civic Association, 7 p.m., same location, but there may be a conflict with what's happening with the school board. They're changing around, so it may end up on the 29th, but I will let you know on the 27th, the next council meeting, when that will happen. If anybody has any questions, call me.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Mayor?
What was that, what date, 28th?
For the Ecorse Creek.
Thank you. Council Chair?
Council Mayor?
I'm going to keep it brief. I spoke a lot about our new directors, and I just wanted to welcome them all on board. I know I've already announced to you guys, I don't know if I've publicly said it here at a council meeting, but our new fire station will be named after our 36 years of service from Chief David Brogan, so we're naming the new fire station. Yesterday we told a story to the children of Kinlock Elementary School. They were going crazy. And I told them all that we're going to be naming the new fire station under our new fire station at the golf course will be called the David Brogan Fire Station. And I've never seen Chief David Brogan's face so red. He was so embarrassed, and everybody kept clapping. They wouldn't stop clapping, and his face just got even more red. And so I want you guys to know that while he may be leaving us, his legacy will continue on for generations to come. He's not officially leaving just yet. He's got until June, but when he does step away from the role, because he won't step away from the men and women in the fire department, we're lucky enough to say that through Act 78, we're going to be our next pick of our fire chief will be none other than my very own friend and brother Phil Hall. So congratulations to Phil Hall. We are definitely going to have a great service for his retirement, so I will plan that and I'll let you guys know about that. But just for other news, I remember reaching out to some of you, especially Councilman Wenzel, about finding stop signs and the blinking ones and finding safer streets. We just got a new grant from SEMCOG for $700,000 to be able to use for our street safe. When I talk to you guys about getting bids and getting quotes, Councilman Wenzel, I think you remember when I called you and I said, hey, do you know anybody that can help us out with these blinking stoplights? Because he had one in his hand. I don't know where he got it from, but he said, yeah, the sign made it for me. And, that sign turned out to be, we just went out for bid and they give us the best deal. And so sometimes it's okay for us to go out and get a quote. It's going to offer the same service. I think we just need some type of bond and make sure that it's submitted. I mean, I don't know these people from like Minneapolis. I don't know how he even knew who they were from Farmington. I don't know. But they gave us a great deal, and so these things are important because we're going to be able to use some of that money to find things like flashing stop signs, but also to spending that money around our schools and around our parks as a pilot. For this spring, I want to use some of that money to also find speed humps so that we can put them across our city to be able to slow down traffic around the schools, around our parks. This is the beginning of what we're going to be doing in our city. One other grant that we don't really talk about, we spent some money, and I'll let Cooper talk about it, and our communications director talk about it a little bit. We spent about $350,000 for the BSNA cloud that we all had to make some budget amendments. With the help of our IT director and with the help of Plant Moran, we got a grant from the state treasury that just honored us and allowed us to get back $125,000 back of our money that was used. So we're no longer spending the $370,000. We're getting $125,000 back into our general fund. And I'll have Director Cooper speak on that a little bit because, he was the one that kind of helped us, tackle that and get that grant. And I believe there's an additional $70,000 out there, so he could talk a little about that. But good job to our director on that.
Yeah, so the state approved actually all of the training for the BSNA training for them to come on site for it, which actually the total was $123,735,000 from the state treasury department. We also submitted another proposal to them with Plant Moran to help streamline some of our processes, in the department. We're still waiting to hear back from them, but based on their communications, I'm a little excited for it.
Nice.
Thank you, Director.
Nice. Good
Keep up the
job.
good work.
If I can just add one more
Sure, Mayor.
thing. I know in the past, our audits weren't always submitted on time. As being here for a very short period of time, I can, glad to say with the partnership of our comptroller's department, our treasurer, Mrs. Hicks Clayton as well, we were able to submit an audit report that was submitted to the state on time. So kudos to you guys, kudos to Mehdi, kudos to our administration. Good job to you guys. In the past, we were penalized and we had to report to the state why we were, reporting it on time, but I made sure that we were not going to have that while I was in office, so.
Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. Great job. Any more announcement? Madam Clerk?
And that was up top pretty high. I have two pieces of great news that I want to share with you all. Back in October, the clerk's office received an award from the Michigan Fair Elections Institute. It was the Sunlight Award, and we were among a select group of township and municipal clerk offices to receive this award as a responsive advocate. So the Michigan Fair Elections Institute is presenting the award to you in honor of your commitment to preserving election integrity through maintaining clean and accurate voter rolls. Okay, so I'd like to thank Sally, because I know she worked on this, Dana, and our former Deputy Clerk Kathy Birchfield.
Congratulations.
And this was not a little stressful, but the state randomly picks precincts, cities, to do different types of audits. I've gone through a couple, not too difficult. You just pull ballots, you follow the instruction. We were selected this year, one of 10 municipalities in Wayne County, to have a procedural audit done on one of our precincts, which was Precinct 12, which was not Canfield, because I kept confusing it with Canfield. But it's our new Precinct 12, which was Eaton. So they go through to make sure that you've prepared all of the documents that are required. They go through to make sure the poll books and the statement of votes, everything matches. They go through and, this was not an interesting one, but they go through and do a hand count of the race selected for a hand count as the first rate that appears on your ballot. So they're there looking through each ballot to make sure that what's on the paper ballot is what was tabulated. And guess what? This is for the precinct as well as for our AV county board. We got 100% on both of them. That was only one precinct, but all of our precincts are awesome. They check the receiving board, they check every single procedural aspect of that precinct. So I just wanted to share that news and thank all of our workers. And thanks. Looking forward to 2026. We're going to have a big election year. There's an August primary and a November general election for the gubernatorial, right?
Correct.
So we're going to be busy.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Good job. Congratulations. Awesome.
All right, so hello, Council Chair and Mayor. Just want to talk about a couple of upcoming programs. First off, First off, join us Tuesday, January 20th from 6 to 7 p.m. at Candy Library for a program on stained glass bookmarks. Create your own beautiful light-catching bookmark inspired by stained glass art. You will use glue and acrylic paint to experiment with color and take a custom masterpiece home. Online registration is recommended at dhlibrary.org. A program is for adults 18 or older. Next, join us February 26th from 6 to 7 p.m. at John F. Kennedy Jr. Library as speaker William Walwinkle talks about Detroit and the Underground Railroad. Codenamed Midnight, Detroit was a vital station in the Underground Railroad. Detroit abolitionists helped freedom seekers evade slave catchers and law enforcement on their way to Canada. So it should be fascinating. Finally, I did want to give that stat update. It's been a busy year. Last fiscal year, the library checked out over 176,265 items. We also had 39,325 computer logins and 281 events, programs, and activity box distributions, totaling 10,213 attendance. I also wanted to say that we finally, after almost 2.5 years, concluded the 13th district grant. The computers that we had purchased for the city and that residents used were responsible for over 70,000 logins. The activity boxes that we purchased and we sent out in the cookie kits, the activity items, we gave over 16,000 of those to residents. And we purchased over 1,400 English as a second language material items and foreign language material items for about 13,000 checkouts. So thanks to that grant, the 13th District Grant, and Rashida Tlaib for approving that over a couple years ago. So that was finally wrapped up, and I turned in the final report about a month ago. So thanks for your time and attention, and see you at the library.
Thank you, Director.
Mr. Director McCaffrey? Director, I got a quick question for you. This being 2026, the 250th anniversary of our country, do you plan on doing something this year?
Yeah, we will definitely probably have 2 or 3 displays at the library. We have sort of a rotating display based on the holidays and the time that are going on, and based on the circumstances that particular year, we're definitely going to amp up 2 or 3 of the holidays that celebrate our great country's 250th anniversary.
It's going to happen at the Little Red Schoolhouse, maybe?
The Little Red Schoolhouse, not yet. I don't have anything in mind for that quite yet, no. If you have some thoughts on it, I'm happy to.
The last year when we had the Friends of the Sisters of the Boston Tea Party, whatever, they mentioned it.
Yes, they did. They did. I currently don't have anything worked out with them yet, but I'll reach out to them and see if the. I think it was the Sons of the American Revolution. I'll see what they got. There's also a Daughters of the American Revolution too. So.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks.
Director Dancy.
First meeting of each month, I like to give some data on, I might be a little biased, but I think Public Works is the most important department in the city, but I kind of argue with other directors about it occasionally. All of our December numbers, just some of the highlights I like to at least make people aware of, and please keep in mind at any given time we might be able to field 1 crew in each one of these departments. So Highway Department's been about 714 labor hours of doing snow and ice removal on our roads. We did get out and we were able to cold patch and repair a handful of the roads. It's temporary, but 186 labor hours of cold patch. We spent a decent amount of time in December, 483 labor hours trimming trees and removals of all the city. We do have a map in our office, and we're working with IT and communications to hopefully digitize it a little bit easier for people to realize where these crews are out. Like I said, a lot of times it's just 1 crew that we can field, but that was all of our highway department. Like I said, if you have any highway concerns, contact the DPW office regarding anything regarding to the road, trees, easements, alleys. Our water departments fixed 32 water main break locations in the month of December. Excavated 3 water services that were leaking and 1 hydrant that got hit by a car. We responded to 2 sanitary sewer backups. Duke Sewer cleaning and TVing probably responded to multiple as well. But again, 1 crew, usually 6 guys. That's assuming everybody's there and well rested to do some of this work. So please just keep that in mind as we're out servicing the city. The building, or the mechanics guys repaired a total of 40, they went through 45 repair orders. 20 of them were on highway vehicles, 22 of them were on water vehicles, and we just had 3 on our building maintenance vehicles. Building maintenance, they make daily logs for everything they do every day, but I usually just put them down as they do everything. So between all the other departments and for the public to be aware of, they pretty much do anything and everything related to the 23 buildings that the city owns and multiple parks and other locations. That was all I have.
Thank you, Director.
Yep.
Council Chair, Director?
Yes.
You know, in the last couple of months, I've experienced, situations throughout the city where the water department was sitting right around Christmas fixing a water main break, Christmas Day, Christmas Eve. New Year's Eve, I made it a point, I went by the DPW yard, I stood in the driveway. As the drivers came in, because it was a bad night. Made sure these drivers were coming in, salting the roads, making sure that everybody started the new year off with safe streets.
Yeah.
I mean, your department is a great department. You guys, you don't get the recognition you deserve. And you are first responders, as far as I'm concerned, one of our 3 first responders in the city. And congratulations, keep up the good work.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Actually, Councilman Wenzel, I want to second that, and I did do a Facebook post about it like a week ago.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did reach out to Director Dancy for a tree down, and I mean, literally within 15 minutes, the crew were there, and I took a picture of them too. So I do salute you for the great job, you and your team.
Fortunately, they were right around the corner doing tree work, so it's not always going to be 15 minutes, but yeah, that was they were right around the corner doing
I was
tree
like,
work.
you're almost competing with the police
No.
now.
15 minutes might be our quickest response yet, but we do get to things as quick as we can, so.
Thank you, Director. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Chief.
Hey, good evening, everybody. I just want to say thank you to the board, our community, both internally and in the community. I have received the most overwhelming support. It's been heartfelt and it's been honest. I've received some really positive feedback and some really encouraging feedback from pretty much everybody. I wanted to take a minute to talk about Vince. I met Vince when I started at the police department 22 years ago. He was a custodian there. And over the years, we developed a little bit of a relationship. And then when he left, we were all really all heartbroken. But, there's a few of us that still work at the police department that knew Jason Mikowski, brother of ours that died in the line of duty. He was shot and killed in the line of duty in 2006. And every year, as a group of people who knew Jason, informally gather to celebrate his life every year on the anniversary. So, and Vince is always there. He's always showing up and showing support with him and his wife. And he truly became a part of our family while working at the police department, and we love him for that. And secondly, I want to recognize another person who recently passed away. His name is Ernie Ribka. He was a lifelong resident of Dearborn Heights and a reserve officer in Dearborn Heights for 50 years. He passed away a couple weeks ago. He was 87 years old. His funeral was today. Ernie was an outstanding advocate for the police department and an amazing supporter of our community. I met him again when I was a young officer. His favorite event to work was always the St. Linus Festival. So, that's where my kids went to school. So him and I always worked that festival together. So I got to know him pretty well over the years. So,
Chief, if you'd like, we can take a moment of silence.
I would love that, yes.
Please join us. Thank you.
And just real quick, I was at his funeral earlier today, and so I saw a ton of retirees and people and officers and firefighters and old reserves that used to work here for years and years and years. And they wanted me to send my sincerest congratulations to the community on the amount of support you've shown me over the last 2 weeks and how excited they are to still be in this community and a part of it, and are have a very bright outlook for the future. So from our retirees, from the fire department and the police department that I saw today, they wanted me to say hi and thank you. So thanks.
Chief. before you go, since we're good on time, and Mayor Baidoon only spoke 10 times, I want to put you on the spot. I want to hear from you, and I want to hear from all the directors, the new directors. What's your outlook and goals for 2026?
So the foundation of my philosophy on policing is rooted in community outreach and community policing, right? I'm going to get real nerdy here real quick. And so in law enforcement, the founding father of modern law enforcement, his name is Sir Robert Peel. And I'll spare you the entire history, but the basic philosophy is the police are the people and the people are the police. Really building a foundation at our police department based on those very simple principles is going to be my main focus. Obviously, internally, we have some deficiencies in our foundation that have kind of gone away over the last few years. Community engagement, being a part of our community, and building a foundation of strong policies and procedures over the next year, 2 years, 3 years, or 4 years is going to be the foundation of my police tenure here.
Thank you, Chief.
Yes.
Chief, let me keep you up there for a second. I just want to say something about last week's incident about the young man, Yusuf, that passed away. Just to echo what the mayor said, I got a call actually at 12:30 in the morning to open up Marianne Hill because they wanted to search it. Just so everybody knows, the chief was out there for over 32, 34 hours.
It's 36 hours.
36 hours without going home, without sleeping. He stayed and told everybody, I'm not leaving until they find this young man. So honestly, the empathy and dignity he showed to the community was phenomenal, and I truly appreciate it, Chief. Thank
Absolutely, and that's. So it's just very exciting for me right now because Mayor Baidoon has put together a phenomenal team. We've already met 100,000 trillion times. And it's just such a positive environment, encouraging. It's just such a different feel from the last 4 years. So I'm very encouraged and very happy to be here.
Hold on. Are you saying you don't want to show up to the meetings anymore?
I don't blame him.
That's why I'm counting them all.
I don't blame him.
Just to say a little bit about
Go ahead, Mayor.
Chief Gazowski. Sorry, Councilman.
Yeah, go through the chair.
Just to say kind of what Councilman Saab was saying, when the missing young man went missing, you think right away we're going to get some tips, we're going to get some calls, and obviously there's still an ongoing investigation. At like 9 o'clock, I said, Chief, what's going on? What are we going to do? He said, I'm at City Hall. I said, I'm at the police station. I said, it's 9 o'clock. He said, yeah, I'm not going home until we figure this out. The next morning, I got to his office by like 10 a.m. I said, he was in pajamas, and I think our ordinance director seen him as well. I said, Chief, he said, I haven't left. He said, I laid on the couch for about 45 minutes at like 4 in the morning, but I couldn't fall asleep. I was tossing and turning. When you think of our police officers and during police week, just know that all of our officers and our firefighters have so much on their mind while we're going to bed and our alarms going off. They're out there working and serving and protecting us. So keep that in mind. And our chief is setting an example of what true community policing, but also serving and protecting the mass of this community is. And so I'm lucky to be able to say we were able to get Chief Gazowski to be our new chief. And so congratulations, Chief, one more time.
I know it was a tough first week for the chief, but you did an outstanding job, and we thank you. Chief Brogan.
All right. Everybody's favorite chief. Sorry.
Actually, now he has more competition. Chief Brogan and Chief to be.
But I just want to say, there's been a lot of talk of my retirement. I just want to officially announce that I am planning on leaving, and it's going to be June 1st is going to be my last day.
Unofficially.
Unofficially, June 1st. But I'm not going to let Phil drag me out any longer than that, and so that's as far as it's going to go. But I did also want to say I've known Mike for years. We worked closely together, and we couldn't have a better person for chief. I'm not surprised at all to hear that he was in all night long searching. That's exactly the kind of thing that I would expect from him, and the department's just going to be in great hands. And along with that, we did do the testing, and Phil Hall is going to be the next chief, as the mayor said, and we couldn't have a better person to run the fire department than him. I'm just so happy. And so last year, the fire department had 9,048 calls, I think was that the exact number. So that's another record number for us. The calls just keep going up and up. But as we all saw this last week with Yusuf, you know, it's not just the statistics. Every one of these calls it's a human being, and our firefighters take this very seriously, and we're here to take care of our residents like they're our own families. And we saw that just this week, but this is what's going on a day-to-day basis with our firefighters and with our police department, and just very proud of all the work that they do. As far as the station, I couldn't be more humbled and honored for the naming of that, and I appreciate it very much.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you, Chief.
Man, a lot of kudos in these meetings. I don't know, man. It might be a good administration here, Council Chair.
Council Chair?
See how much until Councilman Saab beats us up.
Thank you. Of those 9,000 some odd runs that the fire department ran under the guidance of Chief Brogan, you know, 2 of them were to my house. And I can't speak more highly of the professionalism of your staff, your EMT work guys. And my wife, she said she can't believe how well she was treated with respect. And it made her feel comfortable, and thank you for everything. God bless you, and good luck in your future endeavors.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you very much. Councilwoman?
They also were at my house 2 to 3 times. So I was a caregiver, and the gentleman I took care of needed assistance a few times to the hospital, and when he fell with his chair lift, or lift, the Hoya lift. And you guys are great.
Oh, that's very good to hear. Yeah, I always say that. I tell Phil that our job is the easiest one. We're taking complimentary phone calls all day long from the work that our guys do. We're very fortunate to have just the best firefighters around.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chief. Who's next from the directors, new directors? I want to hear from you. I want to hear your goal and outlook for 2026, please. Yusuf Nasrallah, I'm going to be, I am the Ordinance and Animal Control Director. I have a couple goals here that I've established that I will be working on. Equal enforcement is going to be a big thing that I'm going to look at, just to kind of, I know a lot of times we heard north, south. I want to do and focus on equal enforcement. Another thing that I'm going to be focusing on in the beginning and is education, bridging the gap between the community and us here in the city. So I'm going to be focusing on educating, because with education, I strongly believe with education comes compliance. We're not here to punish anyone. We're here to make sure that they're complying. And then another thing that I've identified is going to be investing in our ordinance officers, continued education, and continued growth in the department.
Thank you.
Thank you, Director.
Council Chair?
Councilwoman?
I have a question, sir. Sorry about that. Are we going to have quadrants where certain officers will handle certain areas, like 4 different districts within the community?
Yep, so I've been there for about 5 days now, and what I've noticed is that we do have that. And then I've heard some people say that we may need to, or it might be a good idea to switch. As I'm there, I'm noticing that may cause, especially now because the BSNA is offline and they're syncing and it's not cloud-based yet. We may have some issues doing that. And it's very important that these ordinance officers are familiar with the areas that they're working in. And when we're switching and moving them around, we're taking away that relationship. It's a relationship with the homes and the residents. So I'm sure we can examine that more in the future. But right now, they are pretty much stationed in specific areas. We will be looking at ways to make it more efficient, the way they're working. You know, I've noticed, like the infrastructure here, a lot of the things they're doing is very archaic, and we're going to be, working on implementing that as well.
Thank you.
Thank you, Director.
Good evening, Council. My name is Hussein Dabaja. I'm the new director for the Community and Economic Development Department. My first goal in 2026 is to make sure that everyone knows that our department is not called CDBG. That's a grant within our department, and our department is the Community and Economic Development Department. I'm hoping over the next year to mainly focus on our business corridors and establishing our business corridors over on Warren, Beach, Daly, Ford Road, and Van Born, get those more active. Working closely with our new grants director to bring hopefully new grants to our department for both the business districts and hopefully new parks within the city. And I'm looking forward to working with everyone here.
Thank you very much.
I have a question for you as well. I know you haven't been there very long, but what do we tell the people who suffered in the flood of 2021 and FEMA was going to pay 90% and we were going to pay 10 to buy them out of their homes?
So on that, my first day of work was January 5th, and on January 5th, I found out that a grant that was in place to purchase 2026. The grant, yeah. There was a couple, but there's one that expired on January 5th, and there was 9 homes remaining that needed to be purchased. 3 of them were purchased right before the deadline. With that being said, we did file for an extension, and we have hopes that we're speaking with Scott. We're working with Scott right now, and we have hopes that that is going to be renewed. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know why when these homes were approved to be purchased, I don't know why it dragged on so long. After talking to Scott, I was told that we can literally purchase as soon as it gets extended, which we're hoping it's going to be at the beginning of February. I'll keep you guys updated. But we are going to work to purchase these homes as soon as it's accepted. We're not going to do them for some reason. Again, I don't know the reason, but according to Scott, we didn't have to do it this way. But these homes were only purchased in blocks of 3. We're going to be purchasing all of them. Then there's a second grant where we have 22. By the way, these 9 homes are on the list. As long as the homeowners still agree to sell the homes, we are going to buy them. And it's fully covered by FEMA. And then with the second grant we have that's still active until the end of 2027, we have 22 homes on that list, and we're working to purchase those homes. So within our department right now, we have 2 active grants, one that was expired and that we're hoping is going to be renewed. 2 of them are through FEMA, and 1 of them is through CDBG.
As we had a gentleman here, one of our last meetings, who is now having to pay for 2 homes because it was.
I believe he was, yes.
Was that
I believe his
resolved?
home was purchased.
Good,
Yeah.
good.
So I know that there was the 3 homes that were purchased. They were purchased on December 30th, right before I started. But those were the 3 residents that I believe were calling council and coming into the city.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I do have to say this. Those 3 homes that were purchased through the grant are going to be paid for by the grant. But as far as the demolition right now, until it's renewed, that's not going to be paid for. But we are hopeful that this will be renewed by the end of January, beginning of February. So hopefully within the next couple council meetings, we'll have good news.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good evening, Council, Clerk, Mayor. Mohammed Qasim, I will be directing the Department of Communications. Clearly, you guys know how important that role is and how important that department is. Since in the last meeting, you guys have approved the creation of that department. And it is the newest department, not grants. If you go to the council agenda, it came after. So we're the newest department here. But typically, cities have a Department of Public Information or Communications Department. And that's something that has been lacking in the city since its inception. And when you look within City Hall, we're supposed to see city government. And in the past, we've seen city governments where, the bodies have never really connected and distributed information in a united way. So the job here within the first 100 days is to consolidate all our outreach and to make sure we do inventory on all the assets, everything we have, all our social media, our websites, and look for all different innovative ways to connect with the residents and to make sure we're unified in how we're outreaching with our residents. Yep. Looking forward to dealing with all of you.
Thank you, Director. I know it's a big job. I know you're up to the task, so I wish you best of luck, and I'm looking forward to see you with your results.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Director.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Ahmad El-Ziat, Emergency Manager and Community Liaison.
Emo. Your name is EMO.
EMO.
Emergency Manager of Operations.
So my outlook on 2026 is hopefully there's no emergencies. But from the moment we started here, we've been cleaning up and bridging gaps between the community and a lot of their problems and other building departments. And hopefully we get to iron out and ease the pressure off a lot of our directors who I've been working closely with and ironing out a lot of the citizens' problems and complaints. Hopefully we can bridge this gap between the community and ourselves in the city.
Thank you, Director. Wish you best of luck.
Thank you.
Council Chair,
Councilman?
if I may be able to tell you a little bit about EMO, which I cannot wait to give his phone number to my two favorite individuals, Lori Moline and Angela Venegas. I cannot wait to share his information with you. And let me tell you, his third day on the job, he called Wayne County and said, how can I come back? Because, any concerns that has been happening, I want to make sure that the residents can feel like, they can feel like they're hearing from someone. While we do have an emergency manager position, I also want that emergency manager also to be connecting with the residents and hearing complaints and hearing concerns, because we need to really utilize our departments, but not just our emergency manager, AKA that's what EMO stands for, but our communications director, our ordinance director, our community economic development director, our library director, our police chief, our fire chiefs, our chief financial officers, our council. We are all in service of helping and understanding from residents. This just makes it easier that on the ball, on the second, you can have somebody, picking up the phone and calling and saying, you have a concern? Let me come. Like this morning at 8 a.m., there was a guy screaming at the top of his lung, like screaming. I kid you not, and, I don't want to scream at him. He was a pretty big dude. So I sent him over there and I said, have a conversation with the resident. At the end of it, the gentleman came back and apologized and said I shouldn't have, acted that way. I think he apologized to Sue, and the good news is we were able to resolve the situation.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Mr. Baydun, CFO.
Hello, everyone. I'm a familiar face, but unfortunately, I am a new director, so I have to stand up here. 3 things that I am going to be focusing on for 2026 is number 1, stability. The department, as you all know, you've seen 6 comptrollers in the past 3 years. I hope that I can stay here for as long as possible, unless
Is you number 7 now? You're number 7?
He's number 8.
I don't even know.
8?
He'll be the last. We're not going to see a
6 or
9.
7.
I don't even know. I lost count. There was 3 when I was there, and I was always the shadow comptroller because everybody would walk right past the comptroller's office right to my desk because they never treated the comptroller as a comptroller. But thankfully, I've received a lot of good feedback from different directors, and stability is my number 1 thing, is ensuring that my department has the employees staffed and ensure that I am there for them at all times. Number 2, which is a big part of the city, is cooperation. In the previous administration, there wasn't cooperation amongst directors, amongst department, amongst the council, amongst different forms of the government. One thing that I pride myself on is cooperating with all departments. I put differences aside, and I want to make sure that we move the city forward. And finally, and most importantly, is fiscally responsible. I want to make sure myself and the mayor, we're going to be working very hard to reduce expenses and stabilize our spending so that we become more fiscally responsible. And last but certainly not least, due to his new policy, I'll be wearing a suit every day.
Oh, my.
Yes, Councilwoman.
I have a comment, too. This gentleman works beyond the 40 hours that he's scheduled to. I've been here on weekends, and he's in the room working. So I just want to thank him for all he does.
That's how we save money, Councilwoman.
Hi there. I'm Nicole Hefty. I am the Director of Grants. I am probably going to be the resident nerd. We're going to have a bit of a contest between me and the assessor. I have already written my 100 days plan. So I try to go into everything with thought, like thoughtfulness and kind of an eye toward holistic service. When I write a project for funding, I'm not just thinking about a project, a bridge. I'm thinking about who's using it, who's touching it, who's building it, who has to train to whatever. I mean, I try very hard to use funding to the benefit of everyone. And so I have some objectives. Of course, the grants department is going to secure grants, obviously. We want to also attract outside investment because I was the grants director of Dearborn. And when I started attracting funds for our parks, other people became really interested and wanted to just give us money because money attracts money. And so we want to attract outside investment for funded projects. We want Dearborn Heights to be a city on the rise. I like to story tell with my narratives. So all of our narratives will be bespoke and just tailored to each proposal. I want to create funding lines for things that are overlooked, like workforce development, professional development for staff, and certifications for our first responders, because a big part of their very small budget is for certifications on their weaponry or on other methods of law enforcement. I also want to build routine maintenance plans into projects that have capital improvements so that we maintain the beauty that we bring into the city. And I also want to activate our public spaces through innovation and art and events to provide beauty, because people deserve to look at something beautiful in their city. And, it's really to elevate sort of the morale. Right. So I try to build morale because, who doesn't like the guy that gives the money, right? And so I try to, come in with a positive attitude, and really I don't see my role as bringing money into the city. I see my role as building projects that are reflective of the legacy of the city and that touch all residents, that even the ones that I'll never meet. And so I don't really think about it as money. I think about it as projects. Any questions?
No, Director, no questions, but it's a comment. All eyes is on you. The whole city is, we're looking forward for the good stuff that you're going to bring to the city. So keep up the good work. And I'm keeping my finger crossed, and I can't wait to see all the money coming in.
This was my lucky shirt in Dearborn. It has the little Fords, little teeny tiny Fords. So I wore it today to, put a little luck in the atmosphere.
Excellent. So again, welcome to the city. Welcome to the city family, and wish you best of luck.
Thank you.
Council Chair.
Thank you. Mayor Baidoon, I cannot be more excited, to be honest with you, with all the amazing, outstanding picks with your directors. I'm looking forward for 2026. And again, I salute you for this amazing work and picking amazing individuals that are going to move our city forward.
Council Chair, thank you for those kind words. And look, guys, it's all hands on deck. That means all 70 of you on council, our treasurer, our clerk, every director, it's all hands on deck. And let me tell you, I used this example in one of our meetings. If I have to lift the table by myself, it's going to be extremely annoying and heavy and obnoxious. If we all hold the table.
But Emo can, though.
Emo's trying to go back to the county. He's like, this is way too much. But I told him, if we all put our hands in and we lift the table together, I promise you that that table is not even going to be heavy on any of us. And so that's the only way we're going to be able to move our city forward. If it's just one or two or three people trying to lift the table, it's going to be extremely difficult. If it's all hands on deck, that table is going to be as if nobody's really holding it. That's how we have to move the city. So I hate to use the table analogy, but that's what I've said. And I've also said today at our meeting, directors meeting, and I will voice it again. Every director here must respect and work hand in hand with this council. And if they don't want to, they can leave. Because I was on council and I knew how it felt at times where I felt like the director was pushing me away or not giving me an answer that I was wanting to, or being disrespectful. I didn't tolerate it. I didn't like it. I didn't want it. And I wouldn't expect it on any of one of you guys. You guys are all elected officials chosen by the people. And so every individual that's working here for the city of Dearborn Heights, part of this administration, better respect each and every single one of you guys.
Thank you very much, Mayor. And I expect anything less from you, Mayor. I guess public comments?
We had Rachel Lapointe on. I don't know if she's
Is she on? Yeah, she has her hands.
She was clapping, but let's,
Yeah, let's hear from
Well, she's been waiting, though.
Raising her hand,
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. I just wanted to I can hear myself on your guys'.
Yeah, you're echoing, but go ahead. We can hear you. You're just loud.
I just wanted to say it was the second day today, so I don't have a lot to say. Just thank you to everyone, and we'll be working on getting the 60-day bill.
Thank you.
That's it.
Thank you very much, Mrs. LaPointe. I wish you best of luck in your department, and, hopefully we don't hear any more complaints about the water department. So you have a big job, and I know you're up to the task.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's move to a public comment.
Bob's going to comment.
Councilman?
I'm fine.
You're fine.
Okay.
Hi, Sue Kaminsky, Amboy Street, Dearborn Heights, Golfview Manor. And with all this positivity, I feel awkward coming up here with something negative, but Golfview Manor Civic Association's been a civic association for 68 and a half years. It's the oldest civic association active in the state of Michigan. And unfortunately, due to lack of participation, we are disbanding. Super sad about it. We had a lot of events. We did a newsletter that came out 6 times a year, subdivision, garage sale, subdivision, summer picnics, movie nights, rock painting, scavenger hunts, holiday things. And to see this disband is really heart-wrenching. When I first got involved in 1991, living in the sub for 3 months and then becoming president, we had a 94% participation rate. Last participation rate is 15. And we just cannot sustain the subdivision and the events. And that includes maintenance of the brick walls at the entranceways. They have reset them right now for the holiday. I don't think the residents realize what they're going to miss out on, but we have done everything we could do, including myself going door knocking, because I was sure I could get more people to pay their dues. I did not succeed. Super sad. So I wanted to announce that and let everybody know. It's kind of an end of an era. So the other thing is I am working now part-time in the mayor's office, and I just would like to say from a part-time city employee to see the atmosphere in City Hall, the change already. I invite every resident to come in. From the little subtle things like music in the background to the fact that it's customer service friendly and it shows the people that care. And Mo made a comment about the directors wearing suits. Last Thursday morning, the mayor came in and he didn't have a suit on. He wasn't looking very good. And I asked him respectfully, Mo, what's going on? And he's like, man, Sue, the kid that's missing. And the mayor was up all night and looking. So he did not share that. I wanted to share it. There was a lot of council members, a lot of people in this room that volunteered their time. And I asked for a few seconds. The way this community came together and the people that responded and came out was the single event since 1977 when I moved in the city, the most heartwarming event I have been part of. So thank you.
Thank you, sir. I'm sorry about your HOA.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll have a change of heart, but meanwhile, I'm sorry to hear that. Any more comments from anybody in person? I see none. Madam Clerk, can we go to Zoom? I
don't have any hands up.
Nobody? Excellent. But council members, before we adjourn, make sure you don't leave, because Bob needs that for... Go ahead.
I didn't hear about the certain things. I want to...
Sir, please state your name, street, and the city you live in. You have 3 minutes.
Hills Coulter, Colonial Street, Dearborn Heights. First off, I want to thank, at the time, Mr. Baydoun of having a concern about a tree at the side of my house. That keeps dropping branches. And I just want to thank you to, hey, did you call DPW? I said, yeah. And then next day he DM'd me and said, did they take care of it? And yeah, thanks a lot. So at the time you were councilman, now mayor, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
My other thing is back in 2023, they came out and replaced 3 slabs by the tree in question. As of January 13th, 2026, those slabs are lifting again. They dug out 2 roots, and I don't think it should be up to me to repay to have those cement blocks replaced. Because that tree, as far as I'm concerned, is a hazard. It drops branches. It drops, I'm getting tired of raking up, especially last weekend, all the branches that flew off and flew into the street, being that I got to take care of a long section of roadway. It's just more work than it's a hassle. And I was just wondering, when next time that ordinance or anybody comes around and takes a look at my house, am I going to get a citation? Am I going to get a ticket? Am I going to be held responsible for the sidewalk that this tree, for 3 years, not even 3 years, the cement was replaced?
Sir, can you do me a favor? Can we get us email? Can you email us some photos of that of the slab, and then I'm gonna have to do some digging. I'll have the Department of Engineering, Building and Engineering, pull up the permits of when those slabs were done and take a look and see what we can do. I can't give you any promises or guarantees, but if it is a trip hazard, that is a violation of our ordinance. I mean, and so we do expect that to be, and I know it sucks. This is the worst thing in the world, and so this is something that I've advocated, and I believe this council has advocated. We're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah, no, I was, for the past month, I've been listening to the study sessions about the trees and all this other stuff.
I know, and you got certain council members, and I get their understanding of saying, like, it's good for the environment, it's good for the city, it's good for the world. We want that.
I don't mind replacing a tree. It's just that this thing is just costing me and costing headaches, and it's more of an aggravation. As I said, there could be a little breeze, and I got to pick up like 600 branches from that tree.
Yeah, that's definitely a hazard. Okay. Just get her information. I'll send Councilman Saab over there to take a look at those slabs. He's my new engineer for this. Yeah,
2023. I mean, write my information down.
And then give it.
There you go. See?
Thank you, sir. Okay, are all set?
Council Chair?
Councilman?
He just reminded me of one thing, the tree ordinance resolution that I introduced a couple months ago, and I wanted to get on this, maybe it was too late to get on there. And we had a study session, and I hope we can get that resolution back on the next meeting's next agenda.
Director Dancy, do you have anything new regarding the tree ordinance or anything you need to add, or? I know we had 45 minutes last time, but I don't think it was enough.
Council Chair, I believe that you asked for another study session.
Another study session, that's what I remember, yeah. So you think
We should make sure you have all your.
we still need another study session, okay.
Yeah, there's probably still more details that got to be worked out with Corporation Council and looking at the actual wording of ordinance.
Okay, why don't you go work on it, let me know, so I can schedule a study session, so we can have better answers for Councilman Wenzel, then we can, whatever we need to do, we can take it from there. How's that sound?
Yeah, I mean, that's why I wanted a moratorium on any new tree removal permits, except for there needed construction and dangerous trees, but it's a couple months ago.
I think that's what we have in place right now, to be honest with you. So,
Council Chair?
yes, Mayor.
I just want to respond to Councilman Wenzel's response about a moratorium to a tree. This is an individual here that's got a hazardous tree.
Yeah.
Do we tell him, hey, we can't take it down because it's a moratorium?
Well, no, I just said, with the exception of construction and hazardous trees, that's
But
what I just said.
we don't just take off trees. Like, we only take off trees that are either dead or damaged or they're lifting up sidewalks.
It's people that purchase permits to cut down trees on city property.
Yeah, I don't even think, how many do you think we've had?
We get a decent amount of permits that come in for city trees. The permits, there's $65 permit fee. We go out and look at assess the condition of it. There's a few trees that are on our do not plant list that we approve the permits right away. But there's a lot of times as supervisors and myself, we push back and we do reject some permits if somebody's going to come. The issue is the homeowner will always state that the tree is dangerous, limbs are falling, it's a city tree, they just don't want to pay to take it down, so they'll fill out a permit and then expect the city as a whole to take it down immediately. So there's a process in place that's being followed, but we do I could get data on exactly how many tree permits come into our DPW.
You know, it's not just that. It's not just that, it's, you know, the tree replacement program it's not in effect. Once somebody gets a permit for a city tree and cuts it down, and next week, we can't make them plant it because that wasn't enforced. So, you know.
No, I think there is.
But we haven't done it in over a year. We haven't done it in over a year.
Yeah.
100%. Let's let him do his work. Please, do it fast, Director.
Director Dancy, if anybody does want to take down a city tree, we need to make sure that there's a fee also that they're paying to plant a new tree.
There is. The issue that we've had that we need to discuss in the near future is we charge far less than it costs us to plant trees. So there hasn't been enough money in that fund to replant them. So it's going to require a change in the ordinance and the fee schedule, because that's what the department has been having issues is we collect that a lot of times, and then we, as a department, understaffed, continue to do it, and then the money doesn't make it to the right account where we can actually plant trees. So there's a lot of grants available for that, and a lot of times I found it's a situation where everybody will have to be on board in the fact that understanding that fees will be raised. The permit fee really needs to be raised, and the replanting cost, because it's costing the city far more money than we would collect. So
thank you.
Yeah.
Do your homework, Director. Do whatever recommendation you have. Let's take it to a study session, and we can move it from there.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted just a moratorium on them. It's not going to hurt anybody to say, we got to wait a month before you get your permit.
Councilman, if you want to put it, send it to the clerk, and let's see if, you know.
I did a couple months ago.
Motion to adjourn, Councilman.
And I guess
one more thing I say, you know, dealing with the foster care system for years and years, and knowing how hard it is for a person in foster care to accomplish anything or be successful, I want to say this is more than, you know, you realize the achievement that Kenny Isaacson achieved. I mean, it's phenomenal what he did, you know, but people don't realize what he had, the hoops he had to jump through to get to what he's got.
No, we're done. No more public.
Meeting's done. There's no more comments from the public.
Thank you, Kenny. Thank you, Kenny, for all you did. Thank you.
I got it.
God bless you.
I got it. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Do I have a second?
Second.
A second by Councilman Constant. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
Please take roll call.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get a public comment.
Hassan Ahmad?
Yes.
No, you should have been allowed to speak.
Denise Malinowski Maxwell? Denise Malinowski Maxwell?
You should let them.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We said
Hassan Saab?
we were done. Opened up a discussion.
I know, but if any guys want to speak, let them speak.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hassan Saab?
Yes.
Tom Wenzel? No.
Oh, I will.
Nancy Breyer? Nancy Breyer?
Yes.
Robert Constant?
Yes.
Margaret King? Motion carries 6-1.